Hello, peoples. I've done it again. I've not put Pisces in the title. Doesn't really matter. Maybe that's better that I do that and then I do it after, like I add it in after. But right, so the reason I got that is, and again, I'm not going to go, well, quickly. If you've randomly just come across this, this is for Pisces in the 12th house. That'll be in the title eventually. So maybe by the time you've watched this, it's in the title. But right now, I've titled it Divine Masculine crystal clearly sees the same vision now, but there's challenges with karmic energy. Whether it'll still be called that once I eventually watch it back, probably a month from now, I don't know. I might change it quicker even if I've watched it. But um uh, yeah, everyone's got a 12th house and everyone's got Pisces. So Pisces and the 12th house is unconditional love, forgiveness, it's hidden stuff. So that can be good, bad, and different. It can be fucking great as well. Things can be a secret and it's a great surprise. Or it can be a mystery. It can be about prayer. It's where you've got to sort of just trust in what you can't see, which is really what manifestation is all about. You put out the prayer, you put out the good intentions, you put out the good energy, and you hope it returns to you. And you hope it, or like, you put out that energy to others, like, you hope it returns tenfold to them and to you, and not always right away. It's just that, it's different for lots of different people, but it's all things to do with that believing in it. It's not about seeing it to believe it. It's believe it to, believe it to see it. You've got to believe it. You've got to have the audacity and the cheek to believe that the impossible dream is possible for you. I love how they done that when A Million Dreams came on in the Aquarius one. So if you haven't seen that, you might want to see it. But yeah, generally speaking, because I'm not getting up really early because again, my pal knows what I'm like, but we agreed, kind of late morning-ish. I want to kind of be up and about and getting a bath or something, unless I might have a really late bath after I finish this. But yeah, maybe I might do that. But the point is that oh no, me too actually. It's fucking sun cream, isn't it? It's like when it's horrible when you put sun cream on. Again, I always do, unless I'm doing this. Like whenever I'm doing this, I always have a bath, like before I come on, and then sometimes I'll have a bit. If it's really late, obviously I'm not. But like I said, in the summer when I'm putting on something, it's just horrible. Being outside with hay fever because again, my eyes are fucking. That's what scratched my eyes out. It's fucking. I don't like what I'm channeling there, but yeah. Um, but yeah, right. So let's put the wee bits and bobs. But yeah, did I say so? That's all the good stuff. Yeah, the shadow side, which is why, like I said, it's weird. Whenever I do Pisces, either I've got a lot of people, I don't know, that just kind of know that the tea's going to be spilled in the Pisces 12th house one, or I've got a lot of Pisces placement people, and that people are just not taking on board. This could be for anyone. But yeah, it's weird. The Pisces ones have got more views. Let's just oh, so will I? Oh, I better. Rather than the general booking link, I'll put in yeah. So basically, if anybody's interested in doing the Solstice group Zoom, it's this Friday, 9 o'clock UK time. If there isn't enough interest in it, I won't be running it. I'm not really too bothered. It's not like because basically, if I really wasn't bothered at all, then I just would be like, I can't be arsed doing it. I'm not doing it. But I'm not there yet. That could happen. But it's I'm keeping it there, you know what I mean? But basically if it gets to like being Thursday and I'm doing the live stream for Aries and nobody's booked it yet, I'll just be like, "Oh, fuck it, I'm not doing it." But we're not there yet. We're only on Monday. So if you want to do it, let me know sooner and later so that I can get in the mood for it. But even if we don't do that, I will be doing the other group things that I've done in the past years. Um, get back to it. Right, okay, so right, let's hold these up in case. So the reason I got that title was I pulled Crystal Clear Vision again upright. So again, whoever's going to resonate with this, I feel the divine masculine has a crystal clear vision of what they want with you if you're the divine feminine, or they can crystal clearly see through some type of illusion. So that it's like it's not like they can't see, they can crystal clearly see through something or a karmic energy or several karmic energies. Um, but there's some, whatever this is, there's some sort of problem with setting loving boundaries because, well, it's two things, right? This is what makes perfect sense actually. Crystal clear vision came out upright, and beyond illusion, change your perception came out in reverse. So that's actually brilliant. And that these cards, again, with the way that my language comes through the card, crystal clear, somebody can crystal clearly see, and they're not under an illusion anymore, right? That's what these cards mean together. But to be honest, I don't think these are good for it. Oh, mind you, that one does look good on the thumbnail. So somebody's not under an illusion. They're not in the kind of Neptunian fog of Neptune and Pisces anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and again, if you've not heard me explain all of that, it's because on my own personal twin flame journey, I worked out all the years of, how long I was in it, and it's literally the whole time that I've been aware. So it's quite interesting. And then yeah, anyway, I've explained about that, so I can't be really bothered going into it now. But it's like it's that kind of feeling of where someone was in a bit of a foggy illusion, or in some cases under spell work black magic, because spell work and black magic confusion is just the same as somebody lying, slandering, confusing a situation, all that kind of stuff. Oh fuck. I feel like I always mention this in the 12th house ones, but it's like they're flashing up Wicker Park again. Like if you've seen Wicker Park, there's just a big massive head walk. Well, I just give up now. Head walk. A big massive head fuck. A big massive head fuck. I don't know what a head walk is, but a head fuck is created through jealousy. Like the weird flatmate girl wants her for himself, so she finds a strange way to keep them apart for like a couple of years. So who knows how the fuck that's going to fit in with this? But you never know in this day and age. But it's jealousy. Some jealousy could have caused somebody to keep this an illusion. But yeah, setting love and boundaries, it's in reverse. So like I said, it's like somebody can see through some kind of false karmic energy around them. But I think they're having problems setting boundaries. So this could even be just as I'm picking up and look, when I'm itching my nose, that's when the loved ones and spirit are coming in stronger. So when I'm going to do a quick mediumship Monday after this, even if it's like half an hour or something. It feels like loved ones and spirit are trying to help you. If you're the person that's struggling to set these boundaries, they're trying to help you. But again, so it'll make sense to different people. But whatever this is, you can crystal clearly see what some type of illusion or lie has been. But whoever this person is a connection to you, whether it's a lover, for some people, it could be like a spouse, it could be a friend, it could be a family member. It's whoever it is, there's some kind of challenge with setting a boundary there. So to me, that's kind of feeling like it's codependency. Do you know what I mean? Like it's hard to tell this person to bolt basically or stop telling me what to do. It's something like that. So wait a minute, I might hold them up, right? So I can't be bothered sort of pissing them out too much. What and see when that alarm keeps going off like that. Also, um, I'm going to need to really keep an eye out for if that dies if nobody's here. Um, I'm going to sage a little bit because I want to clear the energy of the one I just done. Because, like I said, if you're new, I don't like doing them back to back. But it's just because I'm having the week off clients, and because I'm only seeing my pal during the day, and then but you know what I mean. It's just kind of like the thought of like, say for instance, like doing the Pisces live stream tomorrow or even Wednesday, I'm like absolutely fucking not. So I think a lot of the time when it's Pisces, if it ends up like this, I will just do it because you can even see like I'll be able to see when I eventually watch Aquarius and when I see this, I start to channel the energy of Pisces, which is like, oh, just I want this to be over. You know what I mean? But they'll use it. They'll like use me being like, oh fuck this. And that's why I kind of was maybe going to do the mediumship Monday one before I do Pisces because it does kind of matter. It means I'm going to be like really fucking over it by the time it gets to the other bit. But I think it might just be a mediumship Monday where I shortchange you in the sense that I'm just going to fucking be like, look, this message is for someone, this card, boom. This message for someone else, see you later, fucking, you know what I mean? Just sometimes it's just like that, guys. So, and it has got a lot to do with the fact that I'm running on grapes and soup right now. And it appears my body's like, I need carbs. And it makes sense though, because I've walked so much. Like I was I'm in a, you know what I mean? I'm doing the low layer whatever calorie deficit thing anyway. But the amount I've walked, I think it probably amounts that I've no fucking eaten anything. That's kind of how it works. Like I think I'm gonna have to go and eat quite a bit. So bye bye me. Right. So right. Let's start at the beginning. So let's get the archetype cards. Where are they? Here they are. Actually, do you know what? I do like those cards. We'll go back. We'll use these archetype cards for a change, but I might still use them to clarify. So now I go to town with these cards. They talk to me. All the cards talk to me, but I usually pull about a million. So let's just try and pull a couple. So I've got the giant version of these too, but I don't know where they are. I hardly use them. They're massive, but these wee tiny ones are good. Oh, the notebook card. The Bardo, interesting. Right. Okay, so the notebook card to me is true love, and because it reminds me of the notebook, that's why I call it that. And it's got a wee canoe in it and like looks like a portal in it. So again, I feel this is like it's a solstice portal for these unions. Because again, the solstice is about the light and the shadow balancing. Twin flames are about the light and the shadow balancing. It's a huge time of you know, either coming into like an alignment with yourself or more of a union. Um and but what I would say about that, you know, and obviously for some it's actual physical unions or just reconnecting with this person. But there are some years where it's not that, you know, like you know, you could have been coming into more of a union with yourself, but the likeliness of coming into a union with your person was like not gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Like there's as a collective, as a whole, we've went through those years, you know. So but again, some of you could be twin flames that you've not been on the journeys long and therefore you're still in a bit of a shit heap, you know. Or sorry, I didn't that's what I heard. But it's like, you know, it's most of my messages aren't for those twin flames. So I'm sorry if you are new at the journey and you're welcome to hang around. It's important to know that I do most of my messages are for very old souls that have been on the journey like a long time. Um but that's not it's not like nobody else is invited. You know what I mean? Because even people tune in that aren't like but let's see. So could you with that's so weird the way I've said all of that, but I'll trust whatever give us the energy of the divine feminines, the collective of the divine feminines that this is for. Identify them or tell us something they're going through. It depends what comes through. And it's the divine masculine, feminine side. Divine feminine can be male or female. Wow! Holy fuck! That's again, although it's a bit more tiring for me, you don't need to feel sorry for me because I've explained it's basically a week off. Because the fact that I've got Tuesday and Wednesday all myself to just, you know, walk about. I was really walk about and have coffees. I don't even drink coffee anymore. But you know what I mean? It's like, you know, just I love just doing stuff like that because I'm just a hermit. I love when I have got somebody that, you know, like a friend that I'm close with, or even I just love doing that. My mum too, she's my best pet. Like it's, you know, that's what's missing in my life, you know. I've got the mum I do it with. I've got friends that, you know, actually not all my friends could actually go a big long walk like that. So I love it even more if I've got a friend that's free to go a big walk like that. I need a lover that's one to do stuff like this, right? Too. And not just anyone. I don't need a lover. I just need a friend. Or I need a friend that's a lover. Anyway, moving on. But Pisces is weird. I'm just going with it. It's like, yeah, doesn't need to make sense. Look, this is why I like doing them back to back. So I'm going to be tired, but look, I pulled this out in Aquarius, the desert. And I did pull the one that said the desert out of this deck that it might even still be sitting there. That is very similar wording. And it was the divine, oh, look, it was the divine feminine. Oh my God, look at this, guys. Picked up by mistake, but it's never a mistake. Look at that. Wow. If you're new to me, I know I'm being extra, but it's because this is the energy I'm feeling. it's like Pisces is the end and it's hidden stuff. Look what I just picked up by accident. There ain't no fucking accidents. That's a divine masculine that's reaching the finishing line, and there's a 16 on the card. Well, this is what I'm saying. Some people could even be having exciting stuff happen today. Some of it could have even happened to you already. Because look, that guy's crossing the finish line. Completion reward. This is the, remember I channeled for a couple of sides, the last one, Capricorn, karmic rewards. I do feel that there are karmic rewards coming, and the karmic reward for a lot of people is union. If you're not at that bit, you're not that bit, but that's what I'm tuning into here. It's look, that person's really proud of the work they've done and they're reaching the finishing line. And if you're the divine feminine, considered action looking forward. This person's able to cross the finishing line and complete the karmic lessons because you're like, fuck this, I'm moving on. I'm going through the magical fucking stone circle here that's on the corner of the card. Do you know what I mean? I'm taking the conscious steps to get the fuck out of here. And if that guy wants to catch up and cross the finish line, then I'd be delighted, but I'm moving on. If you're the divine feminine, you're like, I'm moving on. And this person's like, yeah, you know, I can move on. I was just waiting for them to energetically fucking stop hanging around and now I can come and get them. So, a minute, that might be a... But yeah, this is, so that's what's going on to identify you in general. But that desert card is reminding me of, I pulled desert in the live stream before. And it was, you know, the feminine bits, the masculine's feelings. It's like you feel, again, I'm picking up on feminines that are feeling very deprived of the love that you desire and deserve. And you only want it from that person. And I fucking hear you, sister, brother. Emotional desert, there we go. Emotional desert. And desert. Look at this. This is interesting. This is normally the masculine that is in this. But let's face it, when I do the feminine energy, because I always pick up on masculine energy, this is the masculine. I would say this is the masculine emotion. This is the masculine's emotions. This is the masculine's feelings, and also because it's Pisces moon. Like, but I feel I'm picking up on people that are really mirroring, basically. Emotionally, divine feminine. I feel you are. Yeah, you're feeling like you're out in the desert, and you know you need water, and what you need is your divine masculine. You know, I normally say that, describe that way, but it's like, but this is the masculine too. The masculine, you're in an emotional desert, and you need water and all that's going to satisfy you. What's that word again? Satiate. All that's going to satiate each other is each other, and also fascinating the way they work with me. The candle just went out when I said that. So I'm going to light the other tea light, but this is the house of burnout. So pay attention to that. I feel both of you are actually emotionally exhausted and you don't want anyone else. You want each other. Because what did I say? You're a mirror. That's right. I told you these cards talk. They all talk, but these ones sometimes creep me out a little bit. Right, so wait a minute. I'm going to put... Actually, it's quite good for me to get up when I'm sitting for that long. Right. Oh my God. Also, my legs are so sore because of how long I've walked. My body's like, what are you doing to me? Right. This is the wee tea light for... And look what they just pulled my eyes to. Crystal clear intentions. That's like what I just said on the last live. Do your hopes, wishes, and dreams, intentions match up with your actions and the people you're hanging about with? If you want to be in a union, are you acting like you want to be in a union? Because if you're a divine masculine, you should be on your own, you should be healing, you shouldn't still be cutting about the karmic energies passing time and thinking you can jump from them to divine feminine. That's not how an emperor acts towards an empress. I know there's some unique situations, but just saying. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. So that's funny because I'm not even using that deck. Hello, Brianna. How are you doing? What just happened? Oh, I thought the mic was off again. What just happened? I was commenting on another video that I thought you were live in. It said you had a video that was recorded for... Yeah, I just finished it. It must have just been ending. Yeah. Yeah, I've just started another live, yeah. Because that was Aquarius and this is Pisces. So, hello. Yeah, so that's basically interesting. That's like what I said before pulling. So again, I feel if you're a feminine, you're feeling emotionally deprived from the person that you want emotions from. Um, but also I feel that the masculine's now mirroring you with that, and they feel emotionally deprived from the person they want to share their emotions with. And um, but I think it's a bit different. They feel deprived of your love. And that's because of like what I say all the time, you've whatever energy you were given, you've taken it away to a certain extent. You know, you'll still pray for this person, but you're not investing the energy you were before. And that's good. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be over given to anybody that's not given back to you at all. Like, you know, in some cases it might be a little bit, but if they're not giving back to you at all, pull it back in. You know, pray for them. You can pray for them, but like I always say, I pray for people from my past that don't even like me, and I'm sure probably don't even like them. But I mean, especially we're talking about here. But I pray for I don't like the word enemies because I just think that's bad energy to even call it that. But yeah, I pray that people find the light and stop being so horrible. You know, if that's a bit generalizing, it just depends. But get a life and focus on something that's actually going to further you than spying on people that aren't a part of your life anymore. Somebody must be doing that to me specifically, be saying that. All right, you're again, Brianna. They're all coming up. You're commenting, yeah. Hey, hotness, thank you. I don't feel it right now because my hair's not went right. And wait, never mind. I must have just missed it. I literally just came. I've seen all your comments come up, but that's good. That's good for the algorithm. Thank you. Right. So, what have we got for the masculine? But like I said, I feel that being out in the deserts, the masculine's feelings. Mirroring. I said mirroring, and the mirror card came out. Look how many are there. You're mirroring. The village. Oh, the fucking village. So, if you're new around here, whenever I see that card, I always call it the fucking village. And what's interesting is we're in the 11th. Oh no, sorry, I just finished the 11th house, Aquarius energy, which would be the community, the group, the people around this person, whether it's offline or online or a bit of both. But it's like, and the village always comes out on the masculine side. But we're in Pisces now. But I feel that makes sense now, doesn't it? This person can crystal clearly see through the illusion, but there's some sort of issues setting boundaries. This feels like it's blurring into one I just channeled about somebody that's difficult to. It's like I'm feeling somebody doesn't resonate with someone anymore, but it's not as simple as like, peace out. There's a complication. But yeah, I feel if you're this masculine collective, male or female, you could be having some sort of problems with the village, friends, family, mixture of both, people around you, the village, a group of people. What else? The ring. Oh God, okay, so that's interesting. This is the House of Secrets, and we had union energy with wedding, and now we've got the ring. Because that is about what it sounds like. That is about commitment. And so again, I do feel well, again, I could take that to be the village and the ring. There could be a community of people that it's two things. I'm kind of feeling two energies. I didn't use those cards. I can feel there is people around this group of masculines that do not want them to move towards you in a serious way for union. And there's people around this person that does. So let's ask the venom. That's clearly the people that don't. So the venom, that's the karmic energies. There's people that don't want this person to move towards you if you're the divine feminine. Could you tell us about the people that do want this person that are supporting them? It's few and far between, guys, from what I do with clients, but the eternal child and the vision. Yeah, so whoever this is to somebody, there is, important, there is support. And again, whoever it is, like this person's supporting this person's vision. And it's nice it's come out with the eternal child. This these two lines feel very linked, right? Because I'm doing them the same night, I would say. It's like what I picked up on about, the Million Dreams song and remember it was like you're manifesting the same vision. It's like this is somebody supporting these masculines with their inner child dreams and bringing the vision to life. But again, with the two owls on there too, it's like the owl is about being able to see. I integrated owl medicine years ago, so it's about being able to see in the dark, like being able to see what others can't see, and also because owls can, something like their eyes can go round and that. It's like, this person's got somebody looking out for them and somebody that can see their inner child. So again, that feels like it might be like a healer or a coach or something, or it's just somebody that really cares, that's supporting them with their visions. Like, it's not about me, it's about you, and I'll support you with what you want. Now, this is very interesting. God, that is a very mixed up bag here. What have we got here? So we've got, yeah, look, I just said it could be a healer, and then I pulled out the healer. We've got the crone. Now, the crone card for me, again, I've got my own meanings. The crone is not a bad thing. The crone is like a woman that's went through the seasons of life, that's got the wisdom. But I always associate that with being like a mother energy that doesn't want this to happen. But this could be like a mother energy that's kind of transformed herself and like seeing this a bit differently. So I know for some of you that's a stretch. That's not going to be the thing. But like, seems like, because I've worked with some people, it's like their mums are just not, yeah, doing the roles that a mum should do anyway. But like being even very loving, sadly. But it's like that you'll know what that means to you. But there's something about, I feel, if this person is in toxic kind of energy, somebody could actually be seeing what's wrong about that and working on it, and just the way I channeled it. But anyway, but the apocalypse and the one, either way, the apocalypse is the kind of energy that we're in now with the weather and all that. It's like, this is like the storm. This is like what I titled the last life. There's chaos going on. There's tower moments. Today's the 16th. 16 is the tower. Amongst this apocalyptic energy, somebody knows that you're the one. So that fits in with crystal clear vision. Like, there's no confusion here. This person sees beyond the illusion. And I don't, yeah, whoever that is, there's something there. There's like, there's a mixed bag. There's mixed energies. But like I said, that's what I mean. I could sit, look what I just picked up. That these cards over here, and I just saw that was face down. There's dragon energy coming in to support this. Sovereignty, right to choose, immunity to hooks. Now, dragon, yeah, Year of the Snake is now Year of the Dragon was what we just came out of there. So again, sovereignty. I feel this is all about right to choose, immunity hooks. Whatever that's all about there, I feel somebody's maybe going through a bit of a battle with like I feel that specifically their mum. And it's something about like, it's, I don't know, it feels like negotiating there. It feels like if this is, yeah. Again, I think just from when I help people, it's hard for me to even spit that out. But there must be somebody's coming out. I don't know. Somebody's working through something. Anyway, I'm tired now. I can't be bothered going into that too much. Right, so let's use these cards though. This is where in a personal session I would dig into that deeper, but because it's taken forever, let's just crack on with this. Could you give me the energy of the divine feminine, male and female? Let's see if anything like the it wasn't this deck, was it? We'll just see what comes out. Using humor to wound rather than liberate, denial of your emotional truth. And when it's upright, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at an absurdity and a hypostrophe. So remember what I said, you've both got that energy within you, so you could use humor to, like, when you say something like being a dickhead and you're like, oh, I'm only joking. You know what I mean? It's like, did that hurt your feelings? Oh, sorry, I'm only joking. You know what I mean? It's like, there's different ways in which you can do it. Like, oh, I'm only joking. But like, somebody's just said something in a real wankerish kind of way. So, but I would also take that to mean like you could use humor to like hide behind a mask, the tears of a clown. So I think that song might be relevant for the masculine, especially because we're in a Pisces moon. When there's no one around. Do, 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 do. I can't remember all the words, but that song's all about that. You know what I mean? Somebody hides behind being a bit of a joker, but really they're in the feels. Masculine. Nine shining armor, baby, and it's upright. Loyalty, romance, and chivalry. A love of honor. Also the horse, freedom, somebody's breaking free. Allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions, but it's not in reverse. But again, in the past, something tells me this person could have been in a romantic delusion. And that's what they could, oh my God, that's what they could crystal clearly see now. And that's pretty nuts because that is what 12th house is about, confusion, illusion. Spell work. Someone can crystal clearly see they've been under some kind of manipulation, fuckery, probably sex magic, whatever the fuck's been going on there. And now they're like, oh, I'd rather get away from here and go towards where I want to. But yeah, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and apostrophe. So, it's quite funny because I'm getting the feeling that this using humor to wound rather than to liberate, denial of your emotional truth. If you're the divine feminine, male or female, and the masculine feelings, I feel there's a really strong warning not to deny your own emotional truth that we've already saw with it. This is so clever. If you don't get this, I love working out a riddle, especially with Pisces 12th house energy. Brianna knows that about me. I love this shit, right? I know what they're saying. That's why I use two archetype decks. So those going to take a bit longer. I get it. We've already saw that if you are the feminine energy, the male or the female, you're feeling like you're in an emotional desert. Like you are feeling like I need their love. No other love will do. And how much longer is this going to go on? Like I can fill up my own well and I can give myself love, but I can't fucking kiss myself. Do you know what I mean? I can't. We're not going any further with that. But do you know what I mean? It's some people do kiss themselves in the mirror. People love Ireland. But you mean it's something like you feel deprived of this love and um but you could mask it. And this is what I call out all the time. There's loads of fucking people apparently helping people in this journey to do that. Oh yeah, I'm absolutely fine. I've completely let go of all detachment. I don't even care if they come back. In fact, I don't even care so much if they come back that just give me a kingdom spouse or a higher level soulmate or hurry round the corner. It's like, no, that's fucking bullshit. We just saw that if you're the feminine, male or female, you're feeling deprived and you're feeling like you're out in the desert. So don't give it all the biggin. You know what I mean? As we get a bit of a different flavour around here. If I'm in my feels, you're gonna know. If I'm really in my feels, you're not gonna see me. But I'm like, I'm hoping, I'm praying. I'm like, we're in Pisces. Please don't make it be one of those Pisces moons. Give me the magical mystery of it all. But yeah, don't be in denial of your emotional truth. Because remember, if you're a feminine and you are in denial, then guess who else will be in denial, mirroring you back. So it's important for you to be in touch with your truth. And don't but also I feel like if you're actually coming into contact with your divine masculine, don't mask how you really feel. With humor, like that could maybe even wound, because I could see how that could be a thing. That you could like make a sarcastic sort of comment to cover your wounding and hurt about it and to lash out at the person. I mean that you'd really have to catch yourself. That would be pretty easy for everyone, I think. It's something I'm aware of in myself too. Like I can definitely chuck out a sarcastic comment, but I think there's a time and a place. So yes, because this masculine is in loyalty, romance, and chivalry. I love honor. So again, it's really full. It's beautiful because Pisces 12th house is. Oh my god, shit! We've got Queen in reverse. Yeah, that's whoever they're leaving behind. So whether that's like, an interfering family member or somebody seeing through an illusion. We always get ones like this when it's 12th house. Someone could crystal clearly see through a queen in reverse. Becomes arrogant when authority is challenged, controlling and demanding. So if you've been dealing with a controlling and demanding queen, sorry, I've done that a bit quick. So this could be for you, because these are the bits where I identify if this is your message. Right, now I want to use these cards because, not at this bit though. Let's. Oh, felt a wee bit of heat on my arm there. Right, so past energy. Right, let's use that deck I haven't used here in the past. Oh, I haven't used these ones for a while. Let's use these. So what was the block in the past for the feminine and the masculine's feminine energy? Oh shit. Oh fuck. This is like a big giant mix anyway. We'll just see what comes out. That's part of the fun of it. I definitely use humor to mask things, but never too personally yet. We all do, Brianna. People are lying if they say they don't. That's why it's like, look, I do it too, but not. I know that there's a time and a place, and it's like, even when this is so funny. I'm sure like my guides were talking to me about this in my dreams last night. It's like that's kind of the frustration. Like when I'm doing this, like it really just depends on where the moon is and what the energy is. And I've not watched any of these last ones back yet, but I know with Capricorn, I was in quite a dry mood and I was quite tired, and it was a Friday, and I'd been sitting in the sun all day. So do you mean it's all quite sarcastic, really, from what I remember? But it's still the message that someone needs to hear. Brutal, and a Capricorn moon, the messages are more brutal. Whereas now, like I'm like Pisces moon, I'm not a fan of it. It's like sleepy. I'm just like, I mean, the way it is in my chart, it's like as well. I just want it to be kind of over by like when it's a Pisces. They're magical too, though. Like, see, when I'm going out a walk, I bet you all these magical synchronicities will happen with my friend, and she knows what I'm like, but she'll see even more heightened how it is when we're going to walk and stuff. Um, and but yeah, there's something really coming. Oh, what was it they were giving me there? What it was they were talking to me about? It's hard to put into words. It was like how I would be in a moment of truth with my own twin flame is very different from how I would be on here. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm channeling the energy of all the people that are going to make sense that I'm picking up on. So, like for instance, with that, when it was those two. Now that's funny if those two girls come on when you're here too. But it was like when those two girls were here the other night, and I was picking up on that situation, and it seemed quite rough, like like not a nice situation to be in with an ex-wife and all that. That's why it was like the energy was coming through quite strong, because it was seemed like it was quite a horrible situation. But that could still speak to lots of other people in different ways that I don't even know. It's how it makes sense to you, or it's not yours. Don't make everyone yours. But the right people, if people do talk in the chat, you come when it's meant to make sense to you. So see, you joined, and then because Connor was here, and it was definitely everything I was saying, I could see how it fitted with Connor, because it was about being an alchemist and a pioneer, and Connor is that. And a lot of you men out there in particular, because it seemed like it was aimed at the males, but it could be the females too. Um, and then now you're here, so it wouldn't be surprising me if some of this was making sense to you. I just need to put that out of the way to deliver the message. But um, like, yeah, it's just that's the only way I can really say it. You know what I mean? Like I'm carrying the energy as a channel, and it's quite intense in the anime and all that. And it's like, but that's why in amongst it, when I feel like I'm in the mood to do that, like I do make it clear that it's like I've been on this journey that long, and I'm just I'm about as over it as you can be. Like I told you, my sand in the timer was up on my birthday, which was 18th of April. We're now nearly fucking in July. So but you can't, you're on the twin flame journey, you're stuck in it. I would hear mine out, but and I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say, because there's lots of people that watch here that don't fucking like me and don't, you know what I mean. So I'm not going to say the rest. But right, so the feminine, what's happening in the past? Body shame. Oh, sorry, I'm laughing because it's a bit random, but I suppose it isn't really, because in the one before I was talking about insecurities and it felt like lack of confidence. But the 12th house would be where you would have things like that. So if you're the feminine, you feel unattractive to others. Work on accepting yourself, flaws and all. Yeah, this is interesting. For those of you that have already seen Aquarius and then you watch this, there's a bit of a similar vibe coming through here. Because for Aquarius, I pulled um, You Are Enough. And what I was saying was it feels like in the past you didn't feel like you were enough. So therefore your twin flame has mirrored that they don't feel enough for you. And so same thing for this. In the past, so it's hopefully it's nobody's present or future, but in the past you could have felt like unattractive, like or you're not hot enough or something, or you were homing in on your insecurities. Um, which I would imagine for a lot of people it doesn't help if on the twin flame journey it's very common that your twin flame will, with the karmic energies, they will like, just from what I see from helping people and from what I can feel into them. Anyway, we'll just talk about from when I help people. Like the people they go for are like totally different to you. Do you know what I mean? Like in every way, it's like how can they be attracted to me and then be attracted to like you? You know what I mean? If you've seen, but I mean you might not have seen, but you can feel their energy, and it's but then there's the other weirdos where it's like, you know, somebody could actually try to be like you, and then they get. There's all with this Pisces energy. I'm going to pick up on the strange ones like destiny swaps and all that. But either way, it's like in the past to kind of home in on this. If you're a divine feminine, male or female, you could have felt like this person was too good for you. So we know which way this is going to go, right? I'm going to put that back. Body shame. Let's see if it comes out again. I'll read Brianna's. So if you're a feminine, you have felt like you know, and particularly it might be something about you felt like, you know, you weren't the right way, or you didn't like your boobs or your bum, or your, if you're a gat, whatever. You know what I mean? It could go on and on and on. You know, your nose too big, your fucking eyes are too small, your fucking hair's too short. I don't know. Whatever your body, you know what I mean? But it also means the masculine's feminine side, that they don't feel good enough, you know? They feel like something insecurity about their body. So you know, that's where, like I said, it doesn't even matter. Oh my God, holy shit, look at, fuck me. Wow, powerful. See, this is why they make me add in the wee bits and bobs of my experience of working with people a long time, or when it's relevant, my own journey. And sometimes I'll do that and I won't tell you what's what, I'll just be, but sometimes it's obvious. But this is very on point with what I was saying, because we just pulled body shame for the feminine, and look what the masculine's got, eye candy. That's what I just said. Like, it's because it's, I didn't say in that way, but I said this the other night that they could, it's very common that the masculine will pick somebody that's like your worst nightmare. So it might be like, you know, they look totally different from you, or like, say, like you, yeah, that'll be different for different people. Or it could even be people that, like you, if you were that sex, you would be attracted to that person. So it's not even something you could be like, oh, they're fucking, you know, they're even nice. Sometimes it will be like, you know, like sometimes it can be that, like, you know, like I've definitely heard something that, you know, not homing in like this would, yeah, anyway, it's, you know, like you could be like, what, like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it can be like you don't, you can see where somebody's settling, you know what I mean? And it's not always like, this is hard, like sometimes it is looks, but a lot of time it's not even that. It could be somebody's got an ugly personality. So yeah, they might be hot, but it's like Love Island. When you see the really hot people in Love Island, they're like, who wants to fucking be around someone like that? It's just fucking draining, man. And that's why it was quite funny. It's not very nice, but I did find it quite funny. I'm like, is that how people talk these days? The really hot girls. There's a couple that are really well. Again, they're all hot, but they were saying, Brianna, you'll know better than me. Do people say this? She was like, give me a 4 out of 10 medium guy any day. And I was like, no wonder people have got insecurities. That's fucking terrible. And then imagine when fucking the guys see that when they come out. It's like, you're not a 10 out of 10, son. She's picked you because you're a 4 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? That's horrible. But it's, from what I was gathering, it's because that, again, that's what I'm saying. That's not, this is powerful. Sorry, I'm going to read these. It's just I'm on a roll here. That's not real confidence. The girls that were saying that are, oh, there, I knew, see, I just mentioned you. I felt you two were going to come along. Oh God, it's like, so welcome, Barbie, but I felt your energy before I saw you. Um, yeah, you know, like what that screams to me is those girls are highly, they might be really hot, but they're highly insecure because they feel like if they had a 10 out of 10 in their eyes, that would be taken, they would be taken off them. That's really insecure. And again, I know that loads of guys and girls feel like that, but for fuck's sake, please just go and get help from someone like myself. Even if you're not a fucking twin flame. Christ, if you're watching this, you're like, God, I really resonate with you. I'd like your help. I'm not a twin flame. Fucking book a session. You'll be you. It would be welcome because it's kind of like, oh, for fuck, I'm not. You know, it's. But the thing is, um, that's the point, you know, that's insecurity. You need to work on yourself. You can't be fucking settling and, you know, going for people that are less than what you actually want because you're like, oh, at least, like, you know, that feels like, look, comparing, look at what I'm saying. It's all matters. It's, yeah, it's not great. You should be aiming high. You should think that this person's amazing. And you shouldn't worry that someone's going to take them off you. You could be like, yeah, I can see why they're looking, he's hot, you know, or I can see why they're looking, she's hot, you know, and be proud of it and be like, but I'm hot too, and we match each other's energy. Even if other people don't think I'm hot, my man thinks I'm hot. Or the woman could be like, even, you know what I mean? Like, that's confidence, and you can get into that. But anyway, the point is, to get it back to it, the masculine in the past chose eye candy. See where it goes. So that's what I meant by, you know, and I didn't need the cards to pick that up. If you're a feminine and you had feelings of not being good enough for this person, it's like they then went and picked people that it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, I don't have like a stick thin body, and like, you know, and I don't have like fucking baby soft skin or like tan, like just by looking at the sun. So it makes sense you go and pick my fucking worst nightmare. Cheers, pal. You know what I mean? It's like, who am I picking up on there? I think that'll be quite a few people. But the point is if that's something that happened to you, you should have confidence that like that person might be good looking, but they've not got your heart. They've not got your soul. And if that's your twin flame, they're not the other half of that person's soul. However many of these fucking people, nightmare people there was, because that is just an example. But I know that that's what it was. With that coming out, with that saying not feeling good enough, and this saying eye candy. Beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. So in the past, divine masculine males and females, you went for looks. And I'm not always going to say that like you went for looks over, because it's not always like that. Because especially when it comes to twin flames, like because there's different types of beautiful. Like some people really do go for that fucking fake look. You know what I mean? Like on Love Island, when they're all fucking, their face is fully fucking plastic, and you know, fake tits and fake asses. And I mean, I was watching a program that came on after it where I love Olivia Atwood, but I had to pause loads of it and rewind, fast forward it, because it was just like, it was about girls that do that, like go away to Turkey and they're getting their fucking ass fucking, you know, stuff put in their, and it's like you can actually die from, you know, anyway, you can die from any of this. But it was just kind of like, it's so, it really breaks my heart, because like they're so young and they're fucking up their bodies, and some people have even fucking died from it. And it's like, for what? Like, for what? You know what I mean? Is that what you came here to experience in your life? Is just filling your face up with plastic, looking like you're 10 years older, and about fucking, you might look good now, but about 2 years, you're going to look about fucking 10 years older than what you actually are then. You know what I mean? It's like, or guys, because guys do it too. And it's, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Anybody, please, if I can save anybody from going and doing all of that to you, please just take on board what I'm saying, because I never meet people that think that looks good. But there are some. There are some guys that like that kind of fake look. There must be. Because there are, like, you know, people going about that, but it's a shame. But yeah, comparison. Comparing is unfair. Leave the past behind and see your new love for who they are. Wow, this is really powerful. I feel that's what it is here. I feel that you're like, there's polar opposite energies going on here. And it's like, so this person, again, this, if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense to you, but it's like, this person must have at some point picked somebody that is nothing like you. So it's like, could be quite hard for you or anyone to believe that it's you that they actually love, because it's like, but how could you be attracted to them and be attracted to them? We're nothing like each other. We don't look at each other. We don't act like each other. What the fuck's going on there? You're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way in decision. But that just wanted to pop in too. So right, that's a lot. That's enough to begin with. So now I'll read these comments. Right. Truth. Definitely something I've worked on. Speaking my emotional truth, even though I'm strong, I don't need whatever it is, can get through whatever it is I'm going through. Absolutely. Of course, you read my energy. You always have. I never forget the first time I watched your live. The tears and prayers I had behind the phone were so real. And I remember that. Like, I remember feeling your energy. Like, I felt really connected right away. I'll forever be grateful for Lexi for the connection we all have. Exactly. Absolutely. And let's see here. Chiming in, hello, and sending love to all. Hello, welcome. Hello, Charlotte again. And yes, energy spot on. It's so funny, isn't it? We are a beautiful and powerful couple. My twin Virgo when we were or are together, yeah. Yeah, and then again, was there jealous people that tried to rip you apart? And it's a little, again, it's a bit more serious for you because were you not married to him? This is what I think I was picking up in your energy earlier. I might not have been, but I don't know. It was you that popped into my head because I was picking up on, I was using the example of Great Showman, you know, and it's like they're a power couple, and it's like she's supported them through everything he wants to do, through when he had nothing to when he's got a lot. And he, you know, he doesn't get pulled away, he doesn't kiss that woman or anything, but he does entertain it a little bit, you know. And that's, and obviously on the twin flame journey, that's more than entertaining it. But that's just keeping it real. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I was explaining, it's part of the path, and also because this is Pisces and 12th house, this is confusion, illusion. Um, and like we've seen, it does come down to, because that's the masculine feminine side too. It's people don't feel, if people are insecure and they don't feel good enough about themselves, they are going to go make themselves feel better by going for people that's like, oh, look at me, they chose me, I must be something special, you know. But then at the same time, sometimes when you choose, it's happened on Love Island all the time. Sometimes, like on Love Island, right? Sometimes they just go for it, like, yeah, they're really hot. They look like we'd look good together. But then they're fucking longingly looking over the pool at the other one that they've been connecting with. That, like, you know, you might not have put them together. That it's because, like, and that's what it's like. If a bond has been formed, and this is why I love Love Island, right? Because this bit actually for once isn't just twin flames. That is what I say every year about Love Island. If people are doing it and they're genuine, you can tell, because usually that bond that is formed first is usually what they end up going back to, if you think about it, right? It depends if it's maybe not in the, you know, this is the first week, so it's the first week, so can a bond be created that soon? For some of them it has been, but definitely for a couple of weeks in, and then they start doing swapsies. Usually it's like the fucking, and it usually is the, well, not always the guy. Some of the women are just as bad, but it's like whoever it is, it's like, oh, you know, there's a fucking shiny thing. I'm gonna go and fucking match up with them, and I don't give a fuck. And then it's usually when they go too far. And you know, back in the day when that first came out, they would have actually shagged them. But now it's like, oh, they don't do that. You know, they just have a little kiss, a little fumble, and they just, you know, they do, but we don't see it. But it's kind of like, or some of them don't actually, but we'll never know. But it's that kind of thing where it's like you can always see what's going to happen. And sometimes, though, to be honest with you, with that celebrity one that was on, you know, at the start of the year, that was sad to see, because I don't care what anyone says, and I think that guy's still with her. He wanted to be with the other one. That guy actually wanted to be with the one with the brown hair. And they're both very good looking girls, right? But he wanted to be with the other one, but he was too, he bottled it, you know, and he was a bit scared of the one he was with because she's the one that said, shut the fuck up. So, you know, and it's like, you know, pray for him because he's still with her. Red flag. You know, but who knows? They might be happy now together. But I think it was the fact that you're on Love Island and she wasn't even open to getting to know her a bit. And I don't agree with it. It's a fucking nightmare, guys. It's like that would be my worst. That would be my worst. Like I couldn't do that. I'm too sensitive. But it's kind of like it's bad enough on this fucking twin flame journey. But you know what I mean? It's like on there, it was very controlling, like I said, and it's like, Christ, if someone could be that controlling and they're on the telly and everyone's got something to say about it, imagine how controlling she is behind closed doors. But I'd be surprised if he even gets a night out with his pals, to be honest. Ready for Luca. Right, so what have we got? What's the next bit? The present, right. So I don't know if I can leave it in the past. Oh. Then you have inner work to do on yourself, Barbie. We all have had to do this work, yes. And still have work to do, yes. You've got this. All right, good. Hyping her up. Love, that's what we like to see. Known him since age 11. The problem is, right, the fact that you have known this guy since you were 11, that's where the issue comes in here. Oh my God, I think you, fuck, that's fascinating. I was picking up on your energy because in The Greatest Showman, they've known each other since they were wee. You need to watch the live I just done before this. So again, even if you've known this person as a teenager or younger adults or whatever, it could still, you could make sense for whatever, or it doesn't. But that was the image I was getting, like, you know, so, but it's codependent. It's basically what I'm getting at. Like, because you've known each other since you were so young, although you've actually been in a relationship too, it's like the people that say with the karmic energies, they're not in love with them anymore. If they ever were, they're in love with the comfort zone, and um they don't need to perform. Like, they might feel like they need to be. I've described this before, and that's where I can really help you, where not many other people will. Well, they might, I don't know, but they wouldn't have my unique perspective on it. Of when I look at astrology, when I know with twin flames, it's important to know if you've got these kind of extra pressurized conjunctions with your twin flame, like where you feel like you have to look good all the time, because that ain't practical. Like, who's got fucking? I was talking about that with my pal earlier. Who's got fucking energy? I haven't. Like, do you know what I mean? Like today, my friend today was saying like, oh, like she said a few times like, oh, glamorous girl kind of thing, and it's kind of like, I'm like, this is just how I do my makeup any other day. My hair's shite the day, but I'll fucking take it. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like the point. The point is, I see it as, it's like, it's always nice if somebody thinks you look nice, but it's my energy, it's my frequency. Like, I've worked hard to be in this Empress divine feminine energy, and it's okay, I'm not telling you everything me and my friend were talking about, but it can intimidate people. It can definitely intimidate men, but it can intimidate women too. And it's funny because I don't intimidate people in the way that other people do, because, like I said, on here, yeah, I can't help. Like I said, am I intimidating or are you intimidated? There's a difference. I can't help that I'm confident and I'm good at what I do. What are you good at? What can I help you be confident at about being good at it? You know what I mean? Stop fucking hating on me. But but um, but it's kind of like, um with women, it's a bit of a funny one with me. It'll always be more covert. People don't obviously do it because I'll be the quieter one, but I'll be like, why are they being so covertly, like, why are they being so threatened, but why are they being a dick? And then when I wasn't so confident, I'd be like just shooing it away. And then it would always be like other people that were honest that would be like, they're threatened by you. Like, a lot of people said that to me, and I did start to notice it because I've been single for 22 years. There was a few people I did start people be like, you know what I mean? You're a threat because you're single and you're good looking and you're a nice person. And it's like people would feel a lot more comfortable if you were already, you know what I mean? And I'm like, well, sorry, but I'm no fucking sorry, I was about to say the S word, but I'm not necessarily. You can leave. I am a girl you could actually leave alone with your felly. Nothing's gonna happen. We'll have a good chat. I'll fucking choose earlogs off about astrology. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm a fucking good friend, but I've just not got a lot of it, because it's like, you know what I mean? It's the friends I have got are good friends back to me, and I'm good friends to them. But it's kind of like, but even back in the day when I had loads and loads of friends, that was the kind of person I was. But really, people have got nothing to worry about, because I'm in divine love, even though I've not fucking seen him for a very long time. But it's, it's a different kind of thing, isn't it? But again, I feel I'm channeling this because I know I've said things like this to you a lot, Brianna, as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like, I bet your pal's going to come and join in too, Barbie. But it's like, there must be something, because it's the 12th house, this is covert stuff. I feel, although I'm saying it from a woman's perspective, I feel there's a lot of males that go through this too. You might not see yourself as other, like, you might not realize that you're a threat to some of the guys around you, and that they're not wanting you. Like, I've said this all the time, but they're not wanting you to be in a strong couple where you've got each other's back, where like, you might get attention, they might get attention, but at the end of the day, you're going home together. Like, and that's what always interests me about people's definitions on flirting. Like, you've got to have a handle on your own shadow. Like, everybody gets jealous and everyone gets envious and things in life and in couples. But where it becomes an issue if you try to control people around that. And like I said, everybody has their own issues to deal with that, whether you're on the twin flame journey or love in general. Like, um, you might not like it, but I think the thing that I accepted a long time ago, and thank fuck I did, there's nothing you can do about it. Like, do you think I like being stuck in a club sometimes and my fucking twin flame had his tongue down somebody's throat? It didn't happen a lot, but when it did, I was getting the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? No, it's horrible. And that's why I never done it back to him, actually. But, like, it's, you know what I mean? You can't. That person's going to do what they're going to do. You don't control them. Like, you know what I mean? And even if you were, if you're in a natural relationship, it's a bit different. You'd be over like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, let's. But actually, if you loved yourself, you'd be like, right, you've made it clear what you want. Here, see you later. It's over. You know what I mean? But lots of people don't. Like, think about how many people that are in a relationship and their boyfriend will just be able to do that, and you turn a blind eye, or their girlfriend will be able to do that. And again, like that's each to their own. But that. I'd see this is what I don't like about the 12th house one. It's secrets. Right, did I catch up with these? I'm the whole package and I spoke life back into him. Are you for real? Wow, I don't know what that bit was too. That's what I was just channeling on the last one. The song Never Enough from The Great Showman came on the salon when I was getting my nails done today, and I was like, wow, of course, since you've been talking about that, yeah. I just spoke about that on the last live again, Brianna. That's hilarious. Never enough, never, never. It was quite funny the way that was coming through though. He thinks I'm more beautiful without, however, I have to have my makeup on. Yes, that's funny. My friend just said that to me today. She said actually that, what did she say again? She'll watch this at some point, but she might be quietly watching, can't be bothered join it. But it was that I look better without makeup. And I was like, well, I'm comfortable with it or without it. Because that's power, really. That's empowerment, rather. When you can be feeling attractive with the makeup on and the makeup off, that's, you're unconditionally loving yourself. But at the end of the day, too, it's realistic, That's whoever is meant to be that, they will see you that way if they haven't already. So I've never heard that song, The Silent, any time before. Oh, interesting. That is a beautiful song because the idea is, if you watch the Capricorn one, she's got all the spotlights on her. She's a singer and she's getting all the attention, but all the shine of 1,000 spotlights will never be enough. But again, this woman's got like an amazing voice. I always, like I said, I always sing. I have a wee singing it myself when I'm doing my makeup or that, or doing my hair or whatever, kicking about. It's on, but it's just the emotion that it's very moving in the film. But what I never like about it, and I said this in the last live, she's the karmic energy in that film. And it's a bit, that's what mixes it up for me. It's a beautiful song. I would rather it was like, it wouldn't make sense in the film, but I would rather it was the other woman that was singing it. But it's like, because I channeled it funny actually again on that. Like I was like, hey, just you fucking jog on head. You know what I mean? Like that's going to need to be enough, and you're going to need to find your own fucking circus man because he's no for sale, and you're trying to buy him with your fucking fancy whatever, and you know what I mean. But it's a beautiful song, so it's a bit mixed up. I have so many acquaintances, but only a few friends. Shayna, is that how I say it again, or is it Shina? Yeah, Shayna. I think it was Shayna. Shayna she should be getting out of school. Yeah, we both do. My boundaries were clear. That's why I had to cut off communication. Yeah, you have to. And on the same time, you absolutely have to. You know what I mean? It just depends. Everyone's in a different sort of position with that. But with you, like I said, yours is a rare one because you've known each other since you were 11. There will be a huge element of codependency there. So I bet there was a time in your life where you couldn't really, you know what I mean? Because there'll be a friendship and there's a love bond where I'd imagine there could have been times where you take you for granted. You know what I mean? And that happens on the twin flame journey anyway, but definitely that because you've known each other since you're so young. Like that's funny. I was talking today. There's someone that I helped a while ago, and they're a lot older than us. Well, again, I'm older than you, but that person is a lot older than me. And it's a bit of a different dynamic when someone's a twin flame and like you've known each other since childhood, and because there's all the childhood wounding that's involved with everyone, but it's a bit more complex. So anyway, this is what, I dig into that when I'm with people one to one, but I got to keep my self respect over disrespect when it comes to him. Yeah, and that's what I mean. When you can do that, that's a rare type of woman, or man, if you can do that. Like the man example is in that film How to Be Single, when the main character says, I just want to have fun, I just want to explore, she just wants to have a whole face, doesn't she? But it's like she's like, I want to go and explore, and he's like, but I don't need to explore to realize I'm in love with you. And that's what he says basically. She goes about, she sleeps with the barman and she does whatever, and she realizes, oh my god, I'm still in love with him. And she goes back to the boyfriend, and he's like, and see, whenever I channel this, I'm channeling karmic energies that have done this, that they've went off and went with other people, and then they want to like lure the divine masculine back in, whether you're a male or female. But it's like, she says to him, like, you know, I've basically I've explored my wild oats, like I'm ready to be with you now. And he's like, well, I'm not. I'm actually dating somebody else right now, and I didn't need to fuck about to know that you were the one for me. So in that scenario, that's like a divine feminine, you know. And that's what we say on this journey, although it's all divinely timed, as I'm holding called soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. That's why you shouldn't play if you know. Because if you already know and then you're still pissing about in things that you know aren't for you, but you've got all these big grand plans that you're not sharing with the person you want to be with, and all the while they're sitting their own fucking crying themselves to sleep, fucking wondering what the hell they came to planet Earth to experience this pain for, but you're all like, oh yeah, I'm about to fucking, you know, I've sorted all this shit. That's the bit you have to be able to see it from both sides. So that's why I am proud to be able to deliver both sides from not only being on the journey, but like helping people with this all the time. It's because sometimes it's not done on purpose, and it's really just not kind of thinking. Some people don't know how to think about others in that way. Like they've never been taught how to do that, so it's just all about them. And then they're like, "All right, shit, yeah." So I don't know. There's something really strongly coming through about that, right? Um, but yeah, basically the long and short of that is, if you can choose your self respect over anything, you're winning. And then the weird thing is, choose yourself over everything. They'll choose their self, and then you end up together anyway. The age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. And that's funny because I'm channeling the divine feminine bit. So this is the bit where you're at the present. You've been training for this for lifetime. And this is what I mean about this is what I'm here to do. Like this is my last life. I'm an old soul. I have quite literally been training for this for lifetimes. And I've also been in actual training and been, this is what I say, like, you know, loads of people can talk about the twin flame journey, but I have been talking about it with one-to-one clients for 10 years, working with people in person and online, right? And I just prefer online, but I do work with people in person too. And like, you know what I mean? So it's basically a lot of experience in this life too, considering I've only just turned 41 this year. So I have quite literally been training for this a very long time, and it is my life's work. And it's not even finished, you know, there's more to come. But if you're a divine feminine too, you might be similar to myself, that you've got loads of experience, or you don't need to have as much experience, but you know, you get it. You know, your soul just gets it. You're like, if I wasn't a twin flame, this setup is really not fair. Like, why the fuck does this person get to do whatever the fuck they want, and I've got to understand, and I've got to wait, and I've got to be patient, and I've got to unconditionally love them and understand when they're seems like they're not really being very nice to me, and they're ignoring me, and they're picking other people, and they're, you know, I didn't even do anything, and like, you know what I mean? It's like like it's a lot. It's a bit much. You know, why the fuck do I need to do this? Right. And it's kind of like, but you get it. If you are a divine feminine, you get it. You just get it. And the people that aren't a divine feminine, or they're not a twin flame, they don't get it. So, you know, if they want to hang around and listen, fine, but they don't get it. If you get it, that's what matters. And like I said, I'm here. I've got my services that you can book with me, and I can help you with this too. Understand it. So, but again, that's the masculine feminine time too. It's time to step up. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're being called emotionally, and you know it and you feel it. And that's the 12th house. You just know. You don't know how you know, you just know. It's mysterious, it's mystical, and it's pulling you in. Just like your divine feminine is. That's what I said on the shorts. Right, so oh wait a minute, I need to turn that off. The masculine presently. Now that'll be funny if the same cards come out, or the cold one again or something. Oh wait a minute, did that put? Yeah, I did. Yeah. What have we got for the divine masculine presently? Wow. Oh, I love when there's things that are similar. Holy fuck. There it is, cold. There's a cold one. Wow, right, okay. This is a lot of cards, but it is all of these, right? Look at this. It's because I haven't used these cards for ages. I always like to use them in a Aquarius moon because it's very galactic. And like you'll notice, I make a super deck. That's not even all of them. It's normally like 3 decks together. But boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Those of you that watch me all the time will know I always go on about boundaries and lack of in a Pisces moon. Because Pisces moon people in general that I've helped a lot of male and female, you're not very good with boundaries. And look at the now, I nearly put that in the title because the card was set love and boundaries, but it's in reverse. So I feel this could really speak to you if you've got strong Pisces energy, and particularly the Pisces moon that is right now. If you really, really struggle more than most, I know, if you really, really struggle more than most with setting boundaries, you could have a Pisces moon. And I'm just thinking there was a girl that I helped a few years ago, and again, she may watch these silently because she did send me a beautiful email. I don't know, maybe it was, I can't remember. It was a few months ago, and but she hasn't spoken here for don't know, a year and a half or something. But I'd wondered, because it's like she's got very quiet energy in her chart, and but she'll know if this is her. She'll know that I'm talking about her, and she'll because she said some of you might remember actually when she said it, but she said it in the chat. She says now you can put on your resume that you taught a double Pisces boundaries in 2 months because it was like she stumbled across me. See, it wasn't Christmas Day, it was Christmas before, so it is about a year and a half. She stumbled across me at Christmas, and yeah, was listening, and then watched me for a while, and then we met on the Zoom a couple of times, and yeah, basically just I helped her for the bit she was meant to be supportive with, and like, but that bit always stood out to me because I did say I was like, I hope that you're one of the Pisces moons that I meet that changes my mind about my connection with them because. Again, sorry if you are a Pisces moon, male or female, that watches this. But again, I have just there's a definite pattern of people with that placement ones and other ones that get like weirdly all about me, and then like do like a U-turn, and then like will almost like try to be me. Do you know what I mean? Like I've had that. I mean, and they can't because they're not me. But it's like it's strange, And then hopefully these people have fucked off and found their own path and that. I don't know, but all I know is that happened with you, and I'm like, what the fuck is the deal with that? And it's because Pisces moon is copying. The shadow side of it is copying, and it's if you don't know who you are, you're going to try and absorb someone else's personality. So it's good to know that about yourself. So, like I said, it's but there's beautiful quality, and like I said, that girl in particular showed me the beautiful qualities. You know what I mean? Just quieter and silence, and using the prayer and everything like that, like me and psychic energy, and like I said, we really connected in that way. But like I said, that was quite a big for me to if I know that about when I see it, I kind of like I'm more guarded because it's strange. Like there's other placements. It's a definite pattern with certain sun signs. I look out with certain moon signs. I look out, and with certain risings, I look out. And trust me, one day I'll have a book about that, and it'll just be my own thing, because it's something I've noticed too much of. But yeah, if you're this masculine, male or female, I feel you struggle with setting boundaries. And look at all these energy vampires. This connects to what I said in the Aquarius one. You've got a lot of energy vampires around you, and that's what I think you can crystal clearly see. You can see through the illusion. Your perception's changed. So this could even be people that you thought were your friends, and now you're seeing that they aren't. Or this could be family members that are fake or something. But yeah. So, and then we've got clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. So I can feel that this might even be presently the masculines like, I can see this is never going to change. And I'm ready for a fresh start. I'm taking a pause to water my own garden, look after my body, rest, be gentle with myself, nurture your own feminine energy. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. I feel that's talking about the galactic energy, the cosmic love between the twin flames, connecting in the astral realms. Like, really, like, none of this really matters. Like, what other people think about my connection with my divine feminine, it doesn't really matter. What matters is what I know and what I am in touch with my truth. And at the end of the day, I feel like I'm being called. There's the card. I remember I said it was going to come out, and look at all them. Soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. Like the masculines do feel like it's time to step up. And that's kind of quite like that's why it's quite good to do two back to back. Like that door is an opportunity. And that's the solstice. Now it doesn't mean, oh yeah, everything happens on the solstice, but there is that's well known. There is a magical quality about the solstice energy, and particularly for twin flames because it's about that yin yang energy. And remember that's what I said to you like a couple of years ago. I was praying at Rosslyn Chapel, like on the actual solstice, and I prayed for our unions. And I do feel a lot of those prayers are manifesting because that is the whole thing with true manifestation. You're setting an intention or you're praying in that case for the highest good of all, for the people that are meant to come into physical union. You let go of the timing and the time passes, and that's the thing. It's either you don't care about it. I don't say that about Twin Flame Journey though, because it's like it's not people, and there are some people that do, and it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's you, and also I hope for their sake that as it, because if you talk like that and it's not actually true, and then you're fucking like crying yourself to sleep in that, you know what I mean? It's like that. I mean, it's lying, but it's saving fate. You know what I mean? It's to make it look like you're the one that knows more than everyone else. Ego. You know what I mean? Ego. If you're a true twin flame and you're true divine feminine, you want your divine masculine. Just own it. If you're a confident woman or man, you should be able to just own it. Oh yeah, I still want them more than anyone. I don't want anyone else. But I want to be treated with respect and valued, and yeah, we're going to need to build on a firm foundation like you would do anyone else. You know what I mean? You've got respect for yourself and you value yourself, but you wouldn't talk shite. Listen. So unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. That's what the masculine's doing right now. They're releasing soul patterns and contracts in past lives because they've realized shit, this is like an unhealthy pattern with this karmic energy or many karmic energies, that it's not me anymore. Like, this is not me. Like, you know, maybe that full moon in Sagittarius helped people release that because that card's still kicking about, and I showed it on the last live because that was about a week ago now. When we get to, wait a minute, not a week ago. God, my fucking, was it not just Friday? That's so bad that I can't remember. It was my fucking full moon. I'm on July. July might be significant because, yeah. So the full moon was actually Wednesday. Yeah, and it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's nearly a week ago. So it's Tuesday tomorrow. Yes, it's just less than a week ago. But it's like, you know, we're halfway past it, and it's like the masculine's being called to step up and to release these soul contracts. So these, that would be good cards, but I don't think they show up very well. Right. So did I catch up with these? Yeah, I read them, didn't I? And thank you. Yes, hit the like button, please. Thank you. Although I have hid the number of likes because I think that that can psychologically, it's like some people might think, oh, that's only got 2 likes. It must be shite. So I've just hid them. I'm experimenting with that because it's like I said, I couldn't give a fuck. I've left it how many like the whole time, but I'm like, I want to see if it makes a difference. I love watching you get excited. Yeah, it is fun when somebody does love what they do. It's like me. I have no qualms now stating boundaries. Maybe before though. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's see. Um. So, what karmic lessons are being learned or need to be released? So, for the one I done for Aquarius, it seemed like the feminine didn't really, you know, that you'd worked through quite a lot, and that's what I expected because that one was coming through. Let's choose these actually. Let's put that back. What's a karmic lesson that the feminine or the masculine feminine side might be in that resonates with us? Oh, interesting. Know you're loved, new moon in Libra. So yeah, I mean, for a few people watching this, that's not going to be many. You could actually have moon in Libra, or something could happen in a moon in Libra, or specifically the new moon in Libra. But it's like for most people, for me, this is about like, and again, it's really fascinating that the card bloody, you know, the one about the boundaries has come up because Pisces is bloody boundaries, so they're working with energy. And because I've done that other one before it, I'm forgetting what I said there and what I said here, but I don't. It doesn't matter because it's going to be part of it. So I don't know whether it was in this one, but it's probably in the one before. There was a lot about insecurities. No, in this one it was. In this one, it's the body thing, isn't it? And then in the one before, It was more feeling like somebody just didn't feel confident or ready. It was more about young stuff. So however it fits for different people. But it's like there's something strongly, whatever's going on in the divine feminine. It's like you know that you are loved. And there's a confidence there that look what it's like they're showing you the timeline of what you've worked through. You've went from what's wrong with me? Am I not good enough? Like, why are they picking other people when I feel like they not only like me, I feel like they love me? And the answer is because I don't think a lot of these divine masculines actually knew how to love themselves, let alone love you. So they knew there was a pull to you, but if this person wasn't even really treating themselves right, how really, they weren't going to treat you right. So you're being protected. Um, but it's like you know you're loved. That's you've worked through that, and you know you're loved by the divine. You know you're loved by your divine masculine to the capacity that they can. You know that you're loved by your guides, angels, ancestors, loved ones, spirits. Sorry, they're flashing up. I hate when they do this, but they're flashing up a really funny example. I've told that before. I've told it before, but I think they want me to tell it again because some of you new ones wouldn't have heard it. A good example of like somebody showing you that they care and they love you, but not actually telling you. Is there was one night I was really, really pissed, right? And like bantered. But like I said, I was always like that when I was younger and mythic. But I was really, really drunk. And anyway, it was like I was really drunk, and for some reason I think I was so drunk that and then something weird had happened. Like it was like oh, I remember what happened. One of his pals was being a wanker. Basically, like he was saying something cheeky or something, and I think I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking?" I don't even know. I don't even. It was just weird, but it would be because we're twin flames, and there was this energy in it, and it's like obviously that I don't know. The friend said something. I was like, "Who the fuck are you talking?" And anyway, it was just kind of like one of them. But anyway, it was time for him to get the taxi anyway, and I can't really remember much. Who cares? But what I can remember is I got out, and this is really funny. I like this story. Is funny. I got out the taxi and because now please remember, I was at a point in my journey when I was in utter heartbreak, but the universe had made it so. I don't even like saying the universe, but you know, they'd orchestrated it that before you part for a very long time, we're going to allow you to clash and to go home together. And so that was basically this woman. And like but because of whatever I was getting confused with whatever this, me get we both basically to tell this story and make it as funny as what it was. All I remember was I got out of the taxi and 1 minute he's in the taxi and then like I'm like, oh my god, where is he? So basically I felt abandoned, right? So I started crying. I was crying and I was holding on to the fence outside my house and I was like, oh my God, it's another one of these nights where we've tried to fucking get together. It doesn't happen. Why? We're this close. I'm fucking home. Where is he? And then like, he like came around the corner. He was like, Claire, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, oh. And it was one of the moments when I was like fucking dramatically holding on the fence crying. And I'm like, I was like, I thought you'd gone. And he was like, I told you I was going for a pee. Like, why you couldn't have just fucking waited to pee inside? I don't know. But I was like, oh, I didn't seem to. I don't know. I was fucked. I was like, I didn't get that. But it was like so funny because I couldn't hide like what was going on. Even though I was drunk, it like totally sobered me up, and I was like, um, and then I was like, but it was I'm telling it funny, but it was quite sad because I was kind of hyperventilating by this point, and then I was embarrassed, and it's like this is not right. I'm not going to see him for, and I didn't see him for a long time, but like. I'll get to the point because it's funny, but it's nice why they flash. I get why they flashed up. Basically, in that moment, I was like, I just have to own it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so, like, I was just kind of like, but I kind of didn't own it because I was like, I was crying, and then he was trying to come in. I was like, I don't love you. Like, I was like, like what a wee girl would do. I didn't eat the chocolate. I didn't, and I was like, I don't love you. Like, I don't like, you know what I mean? And he was like, And he's a lot taller than me, right? So he looked down and he was like, "Are you sure about that?" And now, anyway, if you know him, you'd be like, you could think he was weird. That he was. He was. It was actually night, and he was like, he looked down at me and he was like, "Are you sure about that?" And then it was quite nice. And they kissed me, and then we went upstairs, right? And this is why they showed me that because, like, I feel love in that moment wasn't. It was actually because he could have just well, let's face it, he could have just fucking fucked. He could have went for a pee in the street and fucked off somewhere else. You thought she's pissed. I'm fucking hanging because he definitely wasn't. Put this way, he wasn't going to get lucky with me. Put it that way. I think he would have been able to see that. but um, but he made sure, like he like I lived in a flat, so like he took me up to the flat and then like made sure that I was safe. Went in, and then again he could have fucked off. He could have left me, but he didn't. And like I don't, I still don't really know what happened, but I think I was like having a go at him, like, tell me how you feel, all this, all that kind of shit. And oh, interesting, your back will sleep soon unless it's plugged into a power light. 10%. I'll hurry this story up. Mediumship Monday might not be happening, guys, or it'll be happening without I might. But the point is, the fact that he took care of me and probably listened to me, like, giving me a hard time about telling him, when he's just kind of like, I really don't need to put up with this kind of thing. And then, but yeah, and then you know what I mean, and then yeah, and then we both fell asleep. Well, I think I basically fell asleep on the couch. He fell asleep on my bed. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, and then I couldn't really remember. Anyway, I think you know the rest. But it's like that's not a guy that doesn't care about someone. And again, he's not a bad guy. So it's like it was it's actions, guys. But it's fine. I didn't see him for a very, 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 very long time, and then I just bumped into him awkwardly at places, and we just pretend like we don't know each other. But anyway, but they flashed it up when I was saying about maybe this person was showing you to the capacity that now that's a bit different because we were younger then, he wasn't ready for anything, but it's because knowing that we're twin flames, I think it would have intrigued him, like how much he could see I cared, but it would have also scared the shit out of him because I mean, it is, at that point, I was right in the thick of like even you're thinking to yourself, why the fuck do I feel this way about, like, I don't feel like I know enough about this person to be loving them that much. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, why am I having all these intense past life dreams? And you know what I mean? Every song I hear is about them. And yeah, that's why he was kept away from me, well, basically forevermore from that point, because it was like I had to go. And then, but you see, then I had to go on the journey that I've been on. And that's why I own it, that I am a very good divine feminine teacher, because I've been on this journey a very long time and I'm not. Yes, some of these readings can be really excited, but I've got the wisdom and the knowledge and the experience behind me to just keep it chill. This might not happen for a long time, and it might not be yours. It might be though, and that can make it exciting. But just because you watch something generally and you think it all match, oh my god, they're coming, it's going to happen like really soon. Just let fucking go. And some of these other people that haven't got that behind them might not add that extra bit on. So, but maybe that's because I'm the person that's here to do that. Everything's past, present, future. Anyway, I have no qualms now statement. Yeah, I read that bit. Random question. Is it possible to have two? No, it absolutely fucking isn't. No, no. You cannot have two twin flames. You've got one true twin flame, but when you're the divine masculine, male or female, which you guys are in the energy of, you can get very confused about who's who. Like the feminines don't get confused like that. I'm not saying it never happens to the divine feminines, but it's more rare. And I would even argue that some people that think they're divine feminine are probably actually on the divine masculine. I've seen it out there by many people that they're actually on the divine masculine journey. And that's why maybe that's why there's such a difference. And it's no maybes about it. That's my skill. It's just like I said, that's why I keep it, I keep it anonymous, I keep it general. You've got to remember I've been watching Twin Flame stuff for 10 years, I've been doing it. So it's kind of like, but very complicated. But no, you can't have, it's like when people describe twin flames as like not sexual and it can be your best pal. No, that's a fucking soulmate. That's like a friend soulmate or something. I've got them too. It's very sexual. You know what I mean? There's a lot of sexual energy and it's just very sexual, basically. But which that can confuse matters at first because you could be like, wow, this is like insane how much I fancy this person. This is not like, this is too good to be true. This is like unreal. And like, I don't think I can do my everyday work. Like, this could just be, this is all right for a wee fucking roll around in the dark and then I'll see you whenever we serendipitously see each other again. But this is too intense, like that's that can be very. It really depends who you met. Like for you, Barbie, because you've known each other since you were younger. I don't know. You tell me. Was that excitement always there? You might still have had that buzz, but it'd be a bit different from if it was like a sexy stranger that you see on a night out that you're like, oh yes, it's them. You could be like, oh, it's them again. They live around the corner. I've known them since I was 11. You know what I mean? I don't know. It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you described it as still exciting. It's a different thing. They're both kind of, yeah, it's just different people's experiences. And I said that in the shorts, that's the one thing that I hope people get from me. I can only share little bits, and it's only bits of what I've experienced. And again, that is good because there's many people are very private and they won't go into that detail, or they will, but it'll be maybe in their memberships or in one-to-ones, and quite rightly so. It's sacred. It is sacred information. You know what I mean? But it's just I share wee bits when I'm guided to. And like I said, because on these higher levels of membership, I will be, yeah, I'll be going in deeper to stuff like that with whatever they guide me to. But it's coming through for a reason. So could we get the one for the masculine, or what karmic lessons the masculine's learning alongside the feminine, knowing that you are loved and you are worthy? Reveal what needs to be seen. Last quarter moon in Scorpio, and wow, also a moon in Libra. Last quarter moon in Libra. Make time for self-love. And isn't that cool that we go from Libra moon to Scorpio moon when when we're in those moons? So it's like a continuation, and this person's revealing what needs to be seen about their own shadow and making time for self-love. So if you're like, where the fuck are they? They're doing that. And again, if you're in one of these situations where your masculine is with a karmic energy, it's not that this doesn't make sense, because one is Pisces is hidden stuff and 12th house is hidden stuff, but they'll get to this point if they're not there yet, or if they want time for themselves. And I'm going to shuffle that deck that's got I'm single but I'm healing, or there might the I'm leaving might come out actually. What's on the bottom? Your hard work's paying off, New Moon and Capricorn. Look at how much I was going on about the long journey that some twin flames have been on. The energy and connection was undeniable, and he knows he's my twin because we talked about it, but I don't know if he really believed it yet. And that makes a lot of sense, It's like, again, don't like to go in too deep to this bit too, but it's like mine could have seen me saying this a few years ago when I've went deep into like making it obvious who that is. But like, you could have been like, she wanna fucking laugh? Is she like playing with me or something? You know what I mean? And it's like as if I've got fucking better things to do than that. Oh yeah, I'll just fucking go and humiliate myself on YouTube every day for a laugh for 4 years. I don't fucking think so. But you never know. Some people can make up wild stories in their head like that. But who knows? But I don't. Yeah. Anyway, I know I've got my feeling, but I mean, I'm all something I could be wrong. He knows because he said it to me first. So he didn't say we're twin flames, but he said we've got a weird connection, and that's what made me think, yeah, I've noticed that, but I can't believe you're actually saying that. And it was just a passing comment, but then that's not a coincidence. That was the day that I saw light come out his eyes, and it like done something to me. It fucked me up. That's what it done. But he activated something to me, and I was never the same since. So basically, the whole thing is his fault. It's like, but yeah, I've said before, and he was all like totally loved up, and then he went left the door, and I went, yeah, I'm never going to see that side of him for a very long time. But I will see it again, but not for a long time. But you know why I'll see it again? Because I'm sorry, I'm going to do the X Factor. I'm going to creep you the fuck out. A card that I'm holding here says literally almost word for word what I've just described. Are you ready? That's because my guides, angels, ancestors, love and spirit, it's a little bit like I've said before, if you're new to me, because I'm a medium and a shaman, they talk through me, a bit more than just, it's channeling, but it's very strong. It's like they made me pick them up because they knew that was going to happen. Twin flame, this is literally what I just said. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me again this time round. Isn't that interesting, the story I just told? Because that could be me saying that to mine, But like I said, you fucked me up, but thank you, because I did find my true self and I'm now flowing with my gifts and I have been doing so for a long time. And so much so that I'm quite bored and it'd be quite nice to see you again, but that's up to you. Um, so, but that could also be the masculine saying it to the feminine, you know. But I'm just saying it from my perspective. That was something that he did wake up in me. Um, and it knocked me out of any illusion that I might have been around any of the other fucking hanger oners. Like, you know, because again, I could pull, you know what I mean? Like, people would approach me, but I was like, I'd rather, here's him, here's he. You know what I mean? I was always looking for him, always looking for him. But yeah, that's the masculine saying it back to the feminine. You activated my soul to find my true purpose and destiny in life. You helped me heal in ways no one else could. Thank you for finding me this time around. You, as a divine feminine, helped this person heal in ways no one else could. Because the other divine feminine energy, well, sorry, not divine feminine, we aren't a divine feminine energy. They would be the type, if this is a man to be a woman, because that's how I usually channel it, it would be the type of woman that would be chasing the guy. Like what you see on Love Island, they're fucking fighting over them. And I said this before, but this is what I don't like about what I do, because it could seem like I'm really, because I am in a way, like I'm doing this for everyone, but I'm putting up a big fight for my own soul as well. I'm like, he doesn't need to be with me. He doesn't ever need to be with me. But he's still who he is. He's still fucking that. And like I said, it's his fault. I'm kind of half saying, I'm half saying it in a joking wide way, but you know what I mean. That from that day on, I was never the same. And that day on was 10 years ago. Sorry, fuck's sake, not 10. I always say that it was 15 years ago. 15, fucking hell. What was it definitely wasn't 10 years ago. That was well into the yeah, that was well into the shit. Uh, anyway, it could be longer. I really don't generally, but you know what I'm saying. It's like once that wakes up in you, you can't go back to sleep on it. But this could be, look, your perfection, your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted someone like you. I'm forever grateful. That fits in with all the stuff that's came through both lives. Don't put people on a pedestal. Whether you're the feminine about the masculine and the masculine about the feminine, you're just people. It's on. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. That's what you want. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. I kind of hate it that I'm a woman and I've put up a good fight to break the spell and the illusions and the lies. And like I said, even if I was guided to do this just for the mere fact that it stopped anybody telling mine I'm over them, well, this would have blew that right out the fucking motor. And it maybe would have taken year one, year two, year three. Surely going on year three knows I'm not having a laugh. Again, it's not about me though. He just wasn't ready. Right, so let's move on. I'm glad the battery's dying. I'm gonna have to take the mic out though, because it's only 6%. I won't take it out yet, will I? I'll get the plug ready. I'll get the I might just do it. I may as well just take the wait a minute. Oh, this is dodgy. Ugh. Right, plug. Because we noticed the last time it's not that. Thank you very much, Brianna. It just flowed. They always make me tell. Wait a minute. I need to be careful here. So you're not going to hear me for a minute, and then you will. Right. Can you can you hear me now? You might have been able to hear me the whole time, but and actually I don't know, even though I've plugged that in, I don't know if it really can't remember if it held up. But it's got to be better than it about to conk out. Um right, where are we at? Shadow work. Did I even do that? I don't think I even got into that bit yet. Right, let's see. Let's use some deeper. I feel like using these. What's some shadow work that the feminine and the masculine's feminine side might need to look at? Celebrating simplicity. Actually, I better check. Can you hear me? You should be able to when I do that, but. Yeah, you can. Right. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. Right, so isn't that interesting? Now, again, they're using me as an example here with the fact that I'm taking a week off. Like, I already know that as a collective channel and to home in more a twin flame channel, but I do channel collective energy too. It is like it's a lot to hold as a shaman and a grid worker and a healer. The energies of the balance and the light and the dark. For like I said, for even people that are coming into union when I'm not one of them, you know what I mean? It's like all these other years and stuff too, and this year it's like um, so they guide me to take this time off for myself to, it's already a lot to hold and make life a wee bit more simple, like go a walk with somebody, ground and stuff, go a walk with my friend and, just rest, just watch replays of like reality TV, you know what I mean? Just do stuff that's more in your divine feminine, like you've done a lot, so just rest. So take this as it resonates for you. Um, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, by the way. But I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. And that's really funny because they always use parts of my day. I was saying that to somebody, like, people always try to busy them, not everyone, but, a lot of people try to busy themselves with lots of things to do. And it's like, there's nothing better than just like, that's what I love about walking on the beach. Like, it depends. Like when I was really exact about it, I needed I needed these not just 2 hours, and they were sacred for me. And as long as I had the 2 hours, I didn't need to walk the whole tower. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. It was if I was really wanting my steps, I would. And it's like I know how to meet all those steps, but it was like it didn't matter if I had like, and I never have like clients back to back, but if I have 2 clients in a day, that's a lot for me. Or say I'm doing a live and I've got a client, that's a like a lot. Obviously, I need to learn to manage that with the volume that I'm doing it just now. But it's like that's why. Can you see it? It's like I'm good at teaching people like to go with the new earth way. Like if you can, I know not everyone can, but it's like, I had a quiet May, but I was able to do the live streams, and now the flow of doing that, I will be able to sort of integrate, and then I'll be doing more lives that aren't just the star sign ones. And it's, you know what I mean? So you find your own way, but there's something about like bringing a bit of like something you can, simplicity, so whatever it means to you, and just not trying to busy yourself too much, especially if you're the feminine. So that's the shadow work. So like I said, I went for the deep cards, and that's quite deep. The masculine, but that's the masculine too. How can you celebrate more simplicity? Like, are you somebody that feels like you need to have a lot on your plate to keep yourself busy so that your mind doesn't wander to the things that you're not happy about? That's what shadow work is for everyone. Right, so the masculine and the feminine's masculine side shadow work. 2 cards came out. Wow. Invoking self-realization again, awakening to the journey. Abundance is my birthright and I receive it now, amplifying abundance. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. Fucking hell. Again, cards I've had for years, hardly use. Love it. Pulled me to the ones that I needed. That's what I'm feeling here. Like the people who resonate with this masculine crystal clearly sees. They can see through any type of illusions, whether it's romantic or anyone else around them, or what was holding them back or their own fear. Every breath confirms how awake they really are, spiritually awake. They see you as their birthright, your abundance, and I'm not talking about money. This person could be all right for money, but they've not got you. And think about how that would be like for a lot of celebrities and that like have loads of money. But it's like that. Oh my God, it's like that film with Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson, and they're like this perfect couple, and they're really in love, and they're like shagging on the kitchen floor, and there's lots of passion and chemistry and all that. It's like they've just got a perfect wee life until they go to a casino, and the big rich man's like, "I offer you X amount of money to basically sleep with your wife," right? And it's like Demi Moore, right? You know what I mean? In that film, she is like, you know what I mean? The guy tried his luck. He's thinking, "Nah, this guy's crazy. He's not going to fucking agree to it." Well, Oh, it's £1 million. So again, that wouldn't even be a lot in this stage, would it? But it's like, yeah, I think it was £1 million or something. It might even be more. I think it was that. And anyway, long story short, it's Indecent Proposal, that's called, eh? And spoiler alert, but it fucking horribly backfires because it was a trick, wasn't it? It was a test for her because they even talk about it, and then she's like, they're crazy. We can't do this. It'll ruin our relationship. Long story short, and this is really weird. This example is quite funny, but I do kind of get what they're doing. Like, I'll kind of tie it together because it's the mystery of the Pisces. They're giving me a conundrum, but it's the whole thing was she was wanting to see how much do you love me? Like, do you love money more than you love what we've got? Like, would you basically sell your soul? Would you sell me for a night for £1 million? And obviously the answer was yes. But he didn't say right away. Like they negotiate. I can't remember. I've seen it quite a few times, but it was like they negotiate and they weigh it all up, and it's like, look, we're strong enough to get through this and all this. It'll give us the money that we need for the house, whatever it all is. But you just know what way it's going to go. It would never be the same. So basically, yeah, like the deal's done. She sleeps with the guy. And I can't really remember how I think it deteriorates because they leave, but it's like, it's not the same because they know what they've just done. Like she's just, fucking, there you go, fucking hired your wife out for the, anyway, and it's, so obviously, I think it's like it goes away where they go back and try to live a normal life and they can't. They're arguing and everything, and and it breaks down the relationship, and then somehow she ends up fucking shacking up with the guy, the rich guy. So I suppose the moral of the story is, if that's the person you're in love with, well, don't hire your wife. No, but anyway, like I think they're trying to use that example because it's like, don't chase the love of money more than actually real, if you've got real love, because that's what that guy does in that film, doesn't he? Like they had a happy life and they were like anyone. Had goals and they were striving for more. And it was really like an easy way out, but it's not an easy way. It was a test. I would say that, that was like it's only a film, but like there'll be loads of things happening. So, it was like the devil. That was like that big rich man and showing up with all the money and being like, right, I want your wife for the night. He was quite intelligent, really, because if you watch film, it's like he knew. The man knew it was going to ruin their relationship, and he knew that there was going to be because he would obviously get her number and stuff. There would be a way to get in. So God, that's really strange. I bet you that will fit for some people watching this. It's like it is like somebody. Well, I suppose it's like what it's feeling like. It's like if somebody says something that's going to put a spanner in the works that drives a wedge between two people and then wait until it, and then no, I could see how it could fit for somebody, but anyway, either way, this person sees you as their birthright, and they see, and this is funny. This came out in the shorts too. It came out in the shorts. Abundance came out quite a bit. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. Or like I like to say, when it's a yeah, it's a fuck yeah. When it's a no, it's a fuck no. And this masculine saying fuck yeah, acknowledging apprehension, but there's been nerves there. But when it's a yes, nothing can stop me. Take that, I might put that in the title. It's a yes for this masculine, nothing can stop them because everything's telling them it's time. We're here for this message. Right, so where's the what would help within our union? Did I read the rest of these? I don't think I did. Wait a minute. I read that bit, didn't I? It was definitely a meeting mine that sparked everything. It's 28 years since that day. Oh my God, right to this day, body confidence has been one playing on my mind in recent years and been working on self-talk. Yeah, I wondered, I thought some of this might have been resonating with you, Charlotte, because I mentioned did you see the one before and I was talking about knowing each other since we were young? Um, that's what I do. Avoid the hurt by staying busy. Yeah, Barbie, like I said, everybody does that. Even, like I'm saying, I am a divine feminine. It's been on this journey a long time. And again, I'm a lot further on than most people. I'm not like, oh, the only one that's it. But it's kind of like, I do feel, from what I see, that I keep it a lot realer. Than, what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm just being honest. Like, the shittest I will feel all month is in a Pisces moon, by the way, now. Good that I've got the next couple of days off. And right before my period. You know, and sometimes it'd be really bad luck if these coincided, and that's definitely happened before. But like, that's the joy of your fucking periods being fucked up. It's like sometimes it'll come at the same time, sometimes it won't. Oh, it's a surprise. It depends how stressed out I've been that month. Are you going to visit or not? It's like it's going to be a surprise. But like when it's the twin flame going to come back or not, it'll be a surprise. Um, but yeah. Um. Yeah, everyone does it. You know, you got to watch that with yourself. You know that you're not doing that too much. That's very what I feel like mine is doing now. What bit was that too? Can't remember what I can't remember. Right. So this is what would be good for inner union. Oh, wait a minute, shit. I've just realised on that other one, I said I was going to use those cards and then I didn't, but it wasn't meant to be. What can I use for that? What do you want me to use? Right, I think we'll use these. Oh, fuck me. Honestly, I didn't get hay fever the last few years. I don't know what the hell they're putting in the fucking atmosphere, but I've been wanting to scratch my eyeballs out, man. It's horrible. So anyway, bless me, but bless you if you've got it too. It's a bit shit. Might do a healing for hay fever. Do you know what? There is one that I done a few years ago and it does work. Oh my God. Guys, just as well you can't see everything. I sneezed and there was like gob on my arm. Lovely, isn't it? See, I'm very honest. Too honest, but it's true. There goes. Now it looks glittery. It's like mixed in with the eyeshadow. Lovely. Right, so I don't know why that's happened, but it has. Um, what does the feminine? Sorry, what does the mask? No, I do start with the feminine first, and that doesn't make sense for that deck. Let's use these. I've not used mine for that. What does the feminine need to hear for inner union? So blessed, thank you. What does the feminine need to hear for inner union? Oh, that fits with the energy. I'm so excited to learn and grow together in this connection. I wouldn't say that to I just don't think I would even in a scenario where I'm talking I wouldn't say it like I don't know why I wrote it like that, but anyway. Um you would think it, I don't know if you would say it, but anyway, that's the whole point of these cards. So it's the same what we're thinking inside. So yes, the feminine, what you need for inner union is you need to be excited to learn and grow together in the connection, but together. Like get excited. If you've been manifesting this with your person and you're both on the same page, you're going to meet together on the same page one day. I hope it's not like the film One Day, if you know, you know. Well, I've already talking about that film earlier today, my friend. Even if you get basically, you know, they piss about and they leave it too long and you waste a lot of time. So if you know and if this person's awake, do something about it. If it's a yes, nothing can stop you, then act like that. Even if you expressed yourself by sending me a song, I love that. Again, that's hilarious. I would never say that either. But but again, it does just pick up on it. It's like, you know, if somebody can't actually tell you, it'd be like, well, you know, when you're talking to them, just, you know, send me a song that makes me better. You know, do something, damn it. Um, right. Masculine. But then it gets to a point where it's like, no, I think you need to do more than that, actually. Don't avoid your words altogether. Right, the masculine for inner union. The distance between us kills me. That's not answering the question of what would help with inner union. Close the gap. Oh, look at this. I'm hopeful. I hope we can put the past and the bad times behind us and start again. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I hope that you can forgive the error of my ways. I was naive and childish. I don't know about you, but I also think that card, Mr. Hobman's being very mature there. A lot of men, hot men, would not speak like that. Or hot women in masculine energy. But they would do their own version of it, and that's even better. But what I'm getting from that, and look how it answered back what the feminine was saying. I'm so excited to learn and grow to this together. And I feel that song about that card about the song, but with it when you fit it with the question that was asking, it's about the feminine understanding. You don't need to come in declaring your undying love and promising me the world. You just need to come in and not be full of shit and act like I don't matter to you. because the very fact that you're standing in front of me tells me different. Like, so you just need to get that a wee bit more in alignment than, you know, like, I feel like a lot of you might have been in the scenario where the person's acted like you've like pulled them in against their will or something, or like, held them at ransom, like, you better come and fucking see me, or I better, you know what I mean? It's like, no, you came here yourself. When it gets to that point. So it's like, if you're a masculine, act like you made a grown-up decision to go and speak to that person. And also don't do the thing that a lot of men and women do. Don't mask it with like, oh yeah, I'm just here because, let's get on. It's like, well, yeah, you might want to do that too, but you might want to merge the feelings with that. And also it's about, is that wise? But it's different scenarios. So basically this person, the distance killing them, and they just want to put the past behind them and start again. And the feminine wants to too, because you want to grow and learn together. And I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness. Holy shit. Was that this one? No, that was, see, they're merging in. The Aquarius one, I pulled apology in reverse. And what was it? Apology in reverse. Oh shit, I can't even remember what the other one was. But it was something along the lines of this person. Oh yeah, now I do remember. It had closure, and if you watch that on replay, I had, or if you, some of you might have just, thank you if you did watch the other one and then you wanted to just watch this do live, but some of you caught me in the middle of doing it. Like, um, it was closure, and I'd just been using the word closure a lot, right? And but it was in reverse, and that card actually says some connections are not meant to be, and the message was this person has possibly never given you a conversation a closure because they did not want to. They didn't want to. So that tells you something too, because like I said, it's like it's cruel. It's cruel too, though. I just like to sort of put that out there too. It is cruel to do that, but it gives a message too. When somebody doesn't close something down or give a, like, you know what I mean, like, this is never going to happen ever. It's because they don't say that because it's not actually what they want. But don't everyone take that on board, because sometimes people just can't close things off and they've got no intentions of coming back to you ever. So you really have to know which one it is. You have to tune in. But the fact is, it's like, look, I'm jealous. That's why they don't. If they, because think about it, if the divine masculines properly closed something down with divine feminine, you're basically being like, yeah, I'm really sorry. I might love you. I might, no, I care about you. I might even love you, but I can't do anything about it because of my situation that I'm in, or I've committed and I'm not going to come out of it. But again, remember, some people who say that and then they wake up and it's like, shit, no, I have to do something. My soul is pulling me. Like now I'm awake. Um, but basically, however it happens, if this person shuts it down, then although true divine feminists don't want to move on anyway, it's like, but you've got the, you know what I mean? You've got the answer, like, right, this person's telling me they're not coming back. It depends on which way they do that. It could be like, yeah, but I kind of feel like that's holy shit. But some might have been bold as to do that. It really just depends on what situations you've been in. It depends if they're backed into a corner. I can think of some people I've helped where somebody might just say all the shite of the day, like, I don't want anything with you, don't mean anything to me, or it depends how hard they want to go in. But I would pose to you that whenever I've helped somebody with something like that, that person's inner child wounds have been triggered, and it's like either you do this yourself or you're no other people that have done it. I help a lot of divine masculine male and females where they've described it like it's almost like seeing red or something, just, and you just start saying all this shit you don't mean. And then after you've said it all, sometimes people can't even remember anything that they've said. Now that probably, if that's happened to you, it might be that unfortunately you could have been around something like that at some point, when you've been younger or something, or you had abusive partners before. It really depends. But it doesn't always need to be that. But I do know that and so if I'm given that information because, some of you might not be like, some of you might not do that. Like, um, like, for instance, like, I only know that perspective because I help a lot of divine masculine male and females. But me as a person, generally speaking, when alcohol's not involved, like somebody would have to really fuck me off, like really press some kind of button or say something about somebody I care about. I don't know. They'd have to really, to make me like even like shout and swear and lose my voice. You know what I mean? So it would be something serious, but like, there are scenarios you can think about it. You will have been in something in your life and someone's like firing shit at you and you just kind of lash and you're like, oh, but it's, I can think of all the times that's happened in my life and it was majorly provoked. So it doesn't mean it's right and it's things you're not put, but it's like, so like I said, I generally do think things through. But oh, when drinks involved, nah, like you know what I mean? Anybody can go to that place. It's just like a weird place. But I was always really lucky that people know, you know, depends what you're drinking too. Like white wine, I'm just like on another planet. So, like the taste, but I shouldn't drink it. Weddings can be a problem. When they've only got the wine on, it's like, uh-oh. And sometimes I'm all right if it's like champagne or like Prosecco. I can't eat Prosecco. Oh my God. Ugh. I've had so many sicky Prosecco hangovers that I just can't, even the word, like, and Cava's even worse. But I do like champagne. But sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just have a champagne. But I do, like, I've had one in the fridge for about 3 years now. And like I've had birthday, obviously I had even my 40th pass and I still never had it. I'm just trying to think, did I have? I don't know if I had any. Oh no, I might. Oh no, actually, on my 40th, no, I did actually on my 40th. I didn't even have a big one. I had like a wee mini one. Like one of my best pals came up and we had, but I didn't. Yeah. Um. But yeah, even then, like I would have to be majorly provoked. Whereas not everyone's like that. Some people can just flip their lid. You know what I mean? And then that can be hard to come out of too. So I feel like I'm picking up on some stuff like that. I get so jealous when I think about you, other people. It makes me angry because it's my fault you're spending time with them and not me. I feel like a total fool. That's where I always change it to. I feel like a total dick. I want to apologize and need your forgiveness. That's quite funny that I was channeling all that because I wasn't even really consciously thinking about what those cards said there. But that's got to be resonating for some of you, where I think either this person has left you hanging, it's because they didn't want to give you closure, or they have, pushed you away and said hurtful things. And although you're like, yeah, that's not the truth, but it's like if that's what they're saying, then I'm fucking, see you later. You know what I mean? It's like because you have to. Whereas unfortunately, some people, if you haven't worked on yourself, you would actually. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean about some. I could think of loads of, scenarios where women would ignore it and keep cheating. You don't like, no, that's where you need to go and heal. Um, that's what I say every time I sneeze. I also find Louise Hay's affirmation for hay fever useful. Oh, remind me what that is, because I have that book, but I don't know that one, Charlotte. So, um, that's a love language too, music. Yeah, both of us are heavy into music. Yeah, I feel we all are, especially if you're attracted to me. Have you seen how much I sing and quote songs and fucking everything? Um, He's got to reach out to me. I'm not. Yeah. And again, I feel a lot of, but basically that is where a lot of people are at. And again, like I said before, you're one of these, you're one of these, I was going to say head fuck scenarios, but sorry, not sorry. That is what it is. It's because it's like you're swapping in and out divine feminine masculine there a little bit. We all do have divine fem, divine masculine energy, but like when I'm talking to you one on one here, it feels like you're the masculine, but in that scenario, only you're gonna know. And like I said, I can help people better one to one. But it's good. And like I've not given this example for a while. Like I help, there's, I can help twins in union too, like whether it's like, talking or they're actually together. But I can think of one couple I'm seeing where they weren't together, like living together, but they were in a couple, but he was going through a dark time. And it was like I was helping her and she was the masculine energy. But in that scenario, I was like, you have to recognize when actually he's in his feminine and you're in the masculine. And it was like he needed that nurturing and loving and support. And then you have to recognize when it's like, actually, no, you're too in your masculine. And if you're being too, trying to organize it all and plan it all, and you know what I mean? Like you need to step back, and that's where a lot of divine feminines are at. So again, this is where it gets confusing. But all I know is like if you if you're already been in the energy of like fighting for this love and it's given Cheryl Cole, I'm gonna fight, fight, fight. If you've been energetically putting up a good fight and you're just like, you know, this is enough now, like, I'll keep doing my mission, I'll keep it, but it's like I'm just taking my foot off the gas here. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what you're meant to do because then the other person's gonna match your energy. And it's like, um, but if you're always trying to work out how's this all going to go, and this is very, what I'm channeling right now is very Pisces moon because Pisces is about the mystery. And like I said, a lot of twin flames are in these scenarios where you're like, wow, this is like, I don't know how this is going to work. And that's where if you're a feminine, you're not meant to know. Let them work that out. And it's very common knowledge that, if you know anything about men need a problem to solve. And a lot of men would argue if they're in their ego, they'd be like, fuck that, I just want the easy girls and I want to like, somebody that's like not gonna make this hard. If I'm working hard, I just want somebody I can hook up with and like or when people even settle down with people, they want the yes girls, you know what I mean? But actually they don't. I've had enough conversations with men to know that. Real men that are grown and mature, they want somebody that is their equal and somebody that's going to challenge them and stimulate them and that. And it's kind of like um when you're a bit of a problem that they need to solve, it's attractive. Whereas the thing about it, somebody's just like, oh, here I am putting on a plate. What have they got? You know what I mean? It's predictable. It's boring. It's also not attractive. It's kind of like, right, this is a really bad example, and it wasn't right. But on Love Island the other night, the guy that kind of fancies himself, and again, I'm sorry, each their own. He's giving me the creeps, but he's a footballer, so he's been a sorry footballers out there if you're not like this, but he's given footballer a bad name. Like, and as if that needs to happen anymore. Like he's getting to know one girl, but you can tell it's like guys that are like, oh yeah, you're just the person right now. Like you're easy to talk to, you'll do for now. But actually I like that other one, but I'm not confident enough to talk to her about I'll hang about you. But the problem is they don't usually do this. They filmed the voice chat. Again, they need to be aware that that's going to happen. They did say they were going to mix it up, and so, but it was really quite sad because that girl is just really cute. She's stunning as well. She looks like a supermodel. She's a fucking air hostess or something. It's like she's just really cool and chilled. But I see when I'm watching it, I was kind of cringing because I'm like, I know what you're doing. You're playing the like I'm the cool girl. I'm the cool girl, and I can just get on with the guys. But it's like she's not, and that's what's kind of sad to see that. She was totally humiliated, and then even worse, like she'd said that she had a threesome to him in private, as if it's private. They're on Love Island, and he basically told all the guys, like and then so it's kind of like it's potentially something that wouldn't have got aired on the telly, and then it did because he was telling because it hadn't, and it was quite a shame because it was like all the other girls, the guys were like not, they were being quite respectful behind their back. They're being honest about, yeah, I'm open to other people and that, but he was like really horrible. And then what was worse was when she pulled them up about it in last night's one, he didn't even apologize. He was like, no, I think I was respectful. And I didn't. It was like, no, you absolutely fucking weren't. Like, you don't really, like, and that's why I always say the thing, you don't need to be that's why Love Island is a good example of that. Like, they're none of them are in a relationship, and they've basically it's different. They've signed up for it, but I'm using an example. It's like that's like so fucking disrespectful. But also, why the hell was she telling him things like that when they've just fucking met? They're showing off. You know what I mean? Like she's trying to be the cool girl, but actually he's going to have in the back of his mind, oh, so that's what you're like, really. You know what I mean? It's kind of you've got to be careful because sometimes when you meet people casually it can be quite, subconsciously, it can take a while for them to untangle that you're, you know, not, you know, that you're not easy, basically. I can't say that any other way, You've got to kind of, it's a weird one. So that's why it's like, they're going in talking about sex here with the 12th house, but it's like, you've got to be very, even if it's like, oh, there's all the love yous and the feelings and everything, I still would argue subconsciously that's a bit of a test. If you give up the goods right away, Like even if it's like it's not very conscious, it's somewhere whirling around in a man's mind. It's like it's not attractive. But like I said, that's only if you've done the work and you're matured and aye. Other guys that haven't done that work and that, fuck knows. These are people that are disassociated, they're unhealed and they're in toxic energy and it's not always toxic. Some people, like I said, a lot of people will live their whole life and they won't heal these bits and they'll just crack on with it however. But we're talking about when you go through a spiritual awakening and you want more, and that's when you'll. So anyway, right, okay. So what was I saying all that for? I daydream about you. So many songs remind me of you. They just want me to use another deck to show you that's what came through already. And I pushed you away because I was scared. Yeah, and that's why I didn't put a close to it because I didn't want to because I want to be with you. Ultimately, I want to be with you. So why would I close it down? I'm not saying it's fair, guys, but it's the truth. Pushed you away because I'm scared. It's conflicting energy. So again, for those divine masculine male and females that are still in this, like you need to get to the point, and you can do that with healers and hypnotherapy, where your desire for this wanting to be with the person is stronger than the fear. And that is, and that's why you see in a lot of cases, it's when the person's moving on or potential of dating other people and that, where it's like, whoa, 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 wait, that's mine. I'm coming in. And you shouldn't let it get to that point. Because it's like, again, I say this too much all the time, but I'm saying it again. It's not always that you're going to lose somebody to someone else. It's you're going to like push them so far that, it's not that you lose them, but you're going to have to work hard to be like, you've done all this other stuff for all these other people. Like, you know what I mean? And you've treated me like I'm nothing. So I don't really know how you're going to make that up either. But that's a puzzle for you to solve. And we can just start with a conversation first. You know what I mean? Like that. And I'm just being serious. That's not high maintenance. That's just fucking valuing yourself and being like, I'm sorry, but, you know, oh, yeah, sorry, oh, yeah, just come in. And yeah, we'll just fucking, let's go to bed. And like, no, 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 no. Like, let's pretend we're meeting for the first time. And let's pretend you're not fucking shitting yourself because I'm your twin flame. And I can't finish the rest of it because I can't hypothetically, my brain won't let me go there. But you know what I mean? It's like you need to start a wee bit at the beginning here. And let's build. It's the tower today. It's the 16th. This needs to forget everything that came before and let's start building a solid foundation of friendship and the rest of it and having fun and let's see how we are around each other and you know what I mean? But I'll move a lot faster than that if you're twin flames. I'm leaving. And so especially because somebody I knew that card was going to come up. I'm leaving. I'm ready to leave a situation or a mindset that's not served me or hindered my growth. So I could feel by the way it's like some people are waking up when it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When it's an unsure, it's always a no. This person was unsure of leaving their comfort zone, but a lot of people are like, it's a fuck yeah, and I can't stay here anymore. Whether that is with people they're with because they want to be with you, or whether it is I can't stay in this mindset of like staying stuck in this cycle. It's not serving me. Um, Never got closure. Yeah, a lot of people didn't. I wrote him a reply letter where I was defensive and probably didn't say that. Oh, yeah, I remember you saying that before. Probably didn't say the nice and loving things I really wanted to say. It felt like me against the world at the time. Yeah, but and then you can do, you will have done this already, and I've done stuff that you'll have done at times, so you can talk, talk to their soul. I would have loved to have let him in, but I didn't feel safe in the world. Oh, that's very vulnerable and beautiful, Charlotte, but it's sad too, isn't it? Um, like it's like, um, yeah, I've definitely, like obviously because I've got loads of memories from my twin, even though it was ages ago, I've got loads of memories of mine, but I've definitely had vivid memories where I'm like, I don't want to even do it in that weird, but it would be weird, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, when someone's sleeping and it's like, I don't, somebody kiss his shoulder. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just something really random, but that's not random if you were actually a couple. You look, and it's like, well, what if he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I remember memories like that where I'm like, "Ah, I can't. I'm just gonna stay in the dark and not do it." You know what I mean? And it's But that just show you, that's like vulnerability, isn't it? Because it's like, but sometimes I think when you have these feel like with your twin flame, it could have actually, we'll never know. I'll find out one day. But it could have been that, like, in that moment, he has actually wanted me to do something like that, and it could have been received. But, because of the mixed messages, I'd be like, nah, I'm not fucking doing that. Do you know what I mean? He's keeping it cash, I'm keeping it cash. It's like, um, so that's the problem with mixed messages. Am I making myself crystal clear right now? I'm celibate, yes. Barbie, yes. Been there a while too. A lot of us watching this will be, men and women. Felt that I won't put out, yep. They got it, men don't like to, a lot of men will be like, oh, fuck that. We're like, I need to earn it. Nah, but it's true. You do need to earn it. And if that's somebody you want to spend a long time with or forever with, which was the first card, you know, it's, well, they say it's like giving wifey material, isn't it? But wifey in these days, a lot of fucking wives aren't fucking wifey material. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll be down the road with some fucker else, or going uptown and going on. I don't know. It's not the way with everyone, guys. But usually when people get with karmic people, that's the way it goes. From what I read with energies, and also what I do in personal sessions. That's why I want him to reach out first. I need to know he's done with seeking validation from others. I feel like that last text left the ball in his court. Yeah, but remember, when I tapped into Euron's energy, he's doing some deep healing. So people have more intelligence, than sometimes you give them credit for. It's like, if they're your twin flame, they're in it too. They know. You don't need to tell, that's the point. You don't need to tell them. You don't need to tell, if they're not doing it about it, it's because they're not ready. I mean, it's kind of that simple, you know what I mean? Um, Which is why I don't like my role in this ascension process, because it always feels like I'm like, you can do it, but I have to, because there are people that need to be told, you can do it. But then I just switch off and let it go, and I watch Love Island, and I'm just like, it's just another day, it is my work. And that's what I mean. I feel sorry when I see other people putting out messages and people get all excited, or sometimes I see the actual person getting excited because they think, oh, it's they. And like I say, one of these times it is going to be them. But for some of the people that are a bit new to it, it's like it's not likely. It's not a fairness game. That's what I know about this journey. But um, yeah, just got to let it go. You know what I mean? You got to be happy. But truly happy in your own skin. Um, and release the way you think it's going to go. Completely release the way you think it's going to go. Um, Right, let's get this out because I'm actually near a pee. I've drank that much water. So let's use this deck. What's some possible soul retrievals? It's going to be a very short mediumship Monday, like I said, because this is just. Oh, we're still on track though. I said I'd finish about 11. It's 20 to 11, so and we're nearly at the end. So what's a possible soul retrieval somebody watching needs, whether they're a divine feminine or a divine masculine? The magic zone. Oh, look what I just fucking said. I can't, honestly. But I can't, but thank you for backing me up. Because people that are new to me think I talk shite. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my people. Right, so get out your comfort zone. Magic is waiting for you. That's why I do it, right? Although my conscious self is like, holy fuck, man, this is just like I'm fucking. You can do it, you can do it, do it. When like I said, and Matt, you just, they can do it, but they're going to do it, and they're not going to do it because they're not going to do it because you've said like, oh yeah, the masculines are at this bit. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to do it when you least expect it. Um, or you're going to do it because a lot of you are the masculine. Get out of your comfort zone. Magic is waiting for you. So again, someone needs a soul retrieval with me, perhaps too, because you want to communicate with your person. Calm communication. Are you articulating as you intend to be heard? That's kind of weird what I just said too. Right. But remember, that's about a soul retrieval. So people, that's what I could help you with in a session. What is another one? That kind of feels like someone needs a throat chakra, like a soul retrieval at their throat chakra. Maybe some kind of inner child wound or something. Thank you again. Thank you, guys. This is hilarious. Throat chakra came out. I am loved. I am loved. Throat chakra. Hilarious, isn't it? I just put the TV on and the first film I see returned to me. Oh my God, love it. Although it kind of sounds like spell work too, Charlotte. But in this case, we won't make it that. Um, right. What's one more? Wow, third time, boundaries, healthy boundaries. Activate your no, embrace clarity and consent. Look, I'm not digging too deep into this, but why the fuck is this coming out a few times? When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When it's unsure, it's always a no. Activate your no, embrace clarity and consent. I know for a lot of people that are going to be watching this on replay that I've done stuff with loads of people, men and women. I really do feel a lot of you are very uncomfortable with saying no. And so obviously that can get you in lots of different difficult circumstances with well, definitely when it comes to things like, you know, romance wise and all that. But this could even be in friendships too, like when you know somebody's not a good friend and they're not treating you right, but it's kind of awkward and you're like, how the fuck do I get out of this? Because they're pulling out the word friend. So I feel some of you might be in a scenario where, if you, that is kind of awkward if you've all got the same friendship group, but you don't like, you either, you're like, that person doesn't even like me, or they've not got my best intentions. And, sometimes it does kind of go, it just depends. It really just depends. Like, not a lot of people are in I don't know. It depends how you people roll out there. But, especially after the past 5 years and all the fucking lies of the world, that broke up a lot of friendship groups, you know what I mean? And you saw who really were your friends and who weren't and all that kind of shit. Even before, I'm not even talking about the jibber jabber crap and all that, like how that separated families and friends and blah, blah, blah. I'm more just talking about because you weren't allowed out. It did kind of show you quite a lot about who's real and who's not and stuff. Um, but this really does feel like I'm tapping into somebody that's like feeling like it's impossible. It feels like a bit of a spider's web that I feel like I'm in right now. I'm feeling the way the person feels like some of these people aren't actually real, but you feel like you have to be around them because your other friends are. But the thing is, I would pose that that is a limiting belief. Like, again, it's like Brianna said to someone in the chat earlier, like, again, you would have to work on yourself if you are seeing like, yeah, that is my story. It's kind of like, what it reminds me of when Connor said, when I said something like a few weeks ago, I said, I'd rather have, I basically said, I'd rather have no pals than shit pals, right? And that's the truth. But I'm grateful that I have got friends, really good. I've got best, they're not just good friends, I've got best friends. I've got best friends or I've got acquaintances. I don't do in between. I won't be rude, I'll be polite, but that's how I roll. Um, the same if I don't just let anybody read my energy either. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I'll let people tap into my energy if I know they're genuine and a lot of the same values like praying and mentioning God at least somewhere and all that kind of, but I'm not really um, yeah, that's just like I said, I'm very selective, and also I could read my own cards. But it's always nice for other people to give another perspective, and it always, whenever I get people, it always matches up. Whether it was like someone pulling cards like this or actually going to get a reading, it always matches up with what I've felt because it's genuine people I'm being guided to. Um, but yeah, there's something really strongly coming through here about when you really heal more and you get in touch with that. Is it worth it? Like, because you're not being true to yourself. If you can already, that's really weird. It's not weird, it's tying into the first card. You can crystal clearly see beyond the illusion. So you see, that's not, for some people, that's a romantic partner. For some people, it's family. For some people, that's a friendship group. You can already see that these people would stick the knife in at any given opportunity. And I feel like I'm already feeling someone has. Look, past life healing in the past. And it's put you into a dark night of soul. This is something specific. I'm feeling somebody's like, it's like something in the past that a friend has done to someone that's only coming to light now. Oh God, this is very a divine masculine. This is very 12th house. Violet flame, and someone's having to transmute the energy. God, digging too deep into that. Again, if that's speaking to you, then that's something that'll help you with in a personal session. Um, Right, I'm bursting on a pee now, so I'm just going to quickly read these comments. I've been putting up boundaries and I've said no recently, standing my ground within the last few days. Proud of you. Keep it up. Um, right. And that's quite a good indication, you see. When Brianna's doing that, that means a lot of you that are in in that divine masculine energy you could be doing something like that. And it kind of fits with what's come through, doesn't it? It very much fits with it. Well, actually, It's the potential because in this it's coming through that people are having trouble doing that. So with you saying you're doing that, it means it is possible for some people watching this if you're not able to do it. Because again, I'm a walking example of that too. I would find it very hard. I was a fucking walking. I was a people pleaser. Do you know what I mean? I used to think it was like I was really laid back, but I was being a fucking people pleaser. I was being a bag holder. Do you know what I mean? I was being a oh, I'll watch the drink. She's going fuck that. I was being a fucking. You know what I mean? Look at my face. I'm giving love to past life Claire, but like I'm so glad I'm not that now. I'm so honest with myself that like I said, I fucking love dancing and I love my best pal. But like I said when I was doing one of these lives the other day, I had the option. I was like we were all geared up for it. It was kind of like we could have went out, and she was like, are you sure you don't want to go out tonight? And the thing is, she is a real best friend because she really wasn't kind of feeling like it. She was doing it for me, and I was like, I don't want to go. And if I force myself to go out tonight, if I'm being really honest, I'm just doing it because I feel like I have to because I never go out. And look, see, that's actually, you can tell it's a Pisces moon. That's making me want to cry. And that's because I would have been that person once upon a time. But remember, I said it. Sometimes I wasn't. Like I was quite. I would really dig my heels in. Like I'd be like, I'm in a bad mood. I'm not going to come out of a bad mood. I can't go out tonight. But then I had some people that knew me that well. They would be able to twist my arm, and yeah, sometimes they'd have a good night, and I'm glad they did. And sometimes they'd have a shite night, but at least But now it's like usually I'm quite adamant about stuff like that. There's only some people that like it might go that way, where. Like for instance, I would have trusted her. She really felt like come on, let's just go out. But she's good at tuning into me, and it's like we're very telepathic with each other. Some of our placements are very psychic, and I was like, no, honestly, I feel quite emotional, and I feel like if I was to force myself to go out, I would end up crying again in the bath with sick all over me like the last time. And, and so I think it's better we stay in and watch Bridesmaids with a takeaway. And she was like, I'm so glad you said that because I don't really want to cry. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so, you know what I mean? But that's good because I was annoyed because, oh shit, like this is probably going to be the last, it's not the last opportunity. If I'd wanted to go out dancing another time, like she would totally do it. But I just knew it, and this is the way the years went because that was at Christmas, and I'm like, I know what's going to happen. The year's going to fly by, and the next time I really want to go out will be August anyway, and it kind of looks like that's happening. But if I wanted to go out sooner than that, she would. And quite a couple of my friends would, but like, I don't want to. It's not really my thing. Of course, she watched Bridesmaids earlier today, Charlotte. That's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, Divine Masculine Kings. I don't know, perhaps this is like some Divine Masculines going through a bit of the same thing. Like you're getting more real with yourself. Like I just don't want to do that. I did want to do it then. I don't now. You know what I mean? Oh, do you know what's quite funny? Again, I have made a lot of bridesmaids references because I always, most I think at least once I'm always like it's coming out of me like lava because that is what the channeling comes out of me like. But um, think about the friendship changes in that film too. Like I think there could be like things like that, where there's like a strong bond has been ruined by like a newcomer or like somebody that was purposely because if you think about it, like although that Helen, comes all right in the end, she is trying to like, wind the one up and then it's hilarious because she does, eventually like, fucking lose her shit, man. It's like, but that's a really good example of what I was talking about earlier when I was like, look, you might not fucking like that your twin flame's cutting about with whoever. Whether it's lots of people or one person. You might not even know who the fucking person is, but you feel it, or you might know. It's kind of like tough shit, you know what I mean? We've all been there, you can't do anything about it. Whether it's like their fucking girlfriend, boyfriend, their husband, their wife, they've chose what they want to do, you've got to let them get on with it, right? And the same goes for them about you. Um, but you don't need to like it, you know what I mean? You've got to be honest with yourself that, you feel sad about it, but you know what I mean? It's like you can't go like that girl in Love Island, like, going like psycho red flag kind of like, you know, especially because she's only known that guy not even a week. That's why I'm saying like that's a bit of a red flag. Um, but that girl's only young, so we'll give her time, I think they make a nice couple, but he's definitely thinking, oh my God, like she's a bit nuts. But it's a shame because I think he likes her too. I don't know, it'll be weird to see that where that goes. Um, Anyway, I'm getting tired now. What's the next bit? Right, what do we need to know about the future? Let's see if the Union card comes out. Oh yeah, but I think that's why I was saying that. Like, in that film's a good example of she lets her crazy out. Like she says the things that people would just keep in themselves. You know what I mean? Fucking Helen, Helen, fucking Helen. You know what I mean? It's like what the Helen's winding her up too. Like, whereas if you know what I mean, and then that's why it comes all right in the end, because even the friend realizes, like, because remember the friend's even like, oh, shut up, Helen. Do you know what I mean? It's like she was trying too hard. So you do, even if you're in the right, you got to step back, let people make their mistake. Whether it's about the masculine with the karmic energy, step back, could take a while, let them make their own mistakes and karma, they'll learn from it. It's all part of the journey. If it's friends as well, because when I was doing Aquarius, it was stuff about friends. Friends are going to do that too. You know what I mean? They're going to pal about with the wrong type of people. They're going to get really hurt, and then they're probably going to realize further down the line, or they might not. You've got to be real about it. Sometimes they might not. But I'd say with most situations, if you're a good person and you're a good friend, and yeah, I think further down the line, people might realize they lost a diamond while picking up stones, and but who knows? You might never find out if that's the truth. Commitment, though. Look at. I just asked what was going to happen in the future. Commitment. This is what it feels like. Again, to be honest with you, because I've done Aquarius followed by Pisces, they're blurring into one another, but the blurry boundaries has got. Hmm. There's been blurry bound. I feel there's been blurry boundaries with friendships because friendship is Aquarius and groups of people, and Pisces is blurry boundaries and hidden stuff. This feels like it's like situationships, friends with benefits, and then people that have caught feelings, red flags maybe because I mentioned that too. I think we need that deck. Um, Look, off, on, hot, cold, detached, ghosted. You know what I mean? It's like things that have went wrong. Codependency. I don't want to be toxic anymore. I just can tell because I keep blurring the. But yeah, either way, it feels like this group of masculines are ready for union commitment. So we had wedding in the other one. Now we've got the commitment and a wee ring. Commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. Like it's like recognition. Yeah, look, I'm awake. Somebody recognizes who you are. Kingdom spouse, twin flame, same thing as far as I'm concerned. The divine will help you recognize signs and miracles. They get it. Clarity. They get it. The light bulb again. Look, here it's still sitting here. That was the cards from. Oh my God, have I been talking for that long on this one? I have, eh? This is what I mean. This feels like I've done this for Aquarius, but did I pull the Pioneer? No, that is. That's from that because that's when Connor was here. This is from Aquarius, but look, I left them sitting and I shuffled for this one. I didn't even put them back. This person is having major light bulb epiphany moments. All the answers are coming to them. Clarity. Take time to think about your situation again. Clarity. Basically, the separation has done what it's meant to do, and it's cleared the fuck my life guy of the confusion. That is what it looks like. Eh? He's like, fucking hell, I've made a big fucking mistake here. I've turned my back on the wrong one. All seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide the answers you seek. That's a that's a Pisces. Sorry, that's a Pisces mid moment if ever I saw. Look, engagement. We've got commitment and engagement. This is, there's a bit of a theme with both of them. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So whether it's literal engagements or weddings or like these are always the signs of union. But it's big stuff here. But again, I would take it because oh my God, look what guys. I really need a pee, but I have sometimes I really don't like these cards, but look at this. What did I say? Groupies. Yep. Friends with benefits gone wrong. Groupies. Look, four birds. So again, this could be people that have got blurry boundaries with friends, and some of them catch the feels and they act like psychos. But we're going to find that out by shuffling. It won't be everybody's story, but it's coming through. Again, it's like that. Again, I wouldn't like to think that girl's, oh, she's got the potential. I'm not gonna lie, guys. If you watch Love Island, because I was saying this to my friend yesterday, it's like, what's really annoying it? Actually, wait a minute. No, that was my friend. That was my, I feel like that was my mum, but was it my friend? I'm like, who? It can't have been my mum's. My mum wouldn't care if I was talking about that. Who the fuck was I talking to? I feel like I was walking. What the fuck was I doing yesterday? Oh no, it was my friend. It was today. That makes more sense. I was like, I don't talk about Love Life with my mum. Love it. She wouldn't give a shit. She doesn't really like the telly that much. But um, yeah, what I was saying to my friend earlier was that's why I love Love Island because I like seeing them grow and stuff. But that blonde leggy girl, again, she's really hot. She's a nice, she is cool girl, but she's trying a bit too hard because it's like, look, hen, you've just seen him completely and utterly disrespect you on the big screen. And you've seen he's holding out for Shakira. Literally, that's her name. No shade, but obviously her mum wanted to call her after anyway. But it's like, um, and Shakira's not even interested. That's the funniest bit about it. Like that girl's not bothered about him at all. She likes the other one. And it's kind of like, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, but that he's managed to win that one round with like some kind of, he didn't even apologize. He didn't take any accountability. And he's managed to charm, and she even said, "Oh, he's charming." And I'm like, I'm really not understanding this. Like, I would totally understand it if the guy was like, "Wow, he's hot." Like, even if he's a lot younger than me, I'd be like, "But I'm not. I'm not even really digging his personality too much." But anyway, we'll give him time. But the point is it's a bit of a shame. I can already tell it's like she's caught the feels somehow already quite quickly, and it looks like he's just waiting out for he's waiting for somebody else to come in. But it might go the way of like when he sees her cracking on with somebody else, he might realise actually, no, she is. Well, I don't know. We'll just need to see here, but this is what I'm saying. It's like that archetype that I was describing. It's like I'm getting the feeling of like a friend that's like, oh yeah, this is cool, we're just like, I'm doing what I want to do, you do what you want to do. But then it's like when you do what you want to do, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? And that's when it's, I wouldn't be surprised if that the no strings attached card in this deck is like that. Because she's having a go at him and he's like, it's like he's saying, well, we're not going out. It's like, let's see. What else do we need to know about this? This is not a good bit to do this because it's when I get all the questions, but it's because I forgot. What else do we need to know? Because there's some good cards, there's some bad cards. And this is two decks together. I just saw played out. This karma had to play out. This person had to learn the lessons they needed to learn. There's definitely something very strongly coming through about like controlling friends, and it's either because they want you for themselves or they just feel they're going to lose some type of ownership. I don't like what I'm hearing here. Karmic ties. You know what I mean? So whether it's anything to do with this friendship has blurred the lines, and because it's got groupie in a few, this could be with a few people. Um, it could just be a really controlling friend that isn't about sex or you've not. But I think the things I'm feeling, it's like there's definitely I'm definitely feeling energy. So it's people that have slept with each other at some point. So it might not even be that it's like the person wants anything seriously with you, but it's like I said, ownership. It's like it's kind of like I don't want this for you, or I don't want you to be that person because then I'm not going to have that same control over you. A karmic tie. So take it out, isn't it? And also because I was itching my eye, because the hay fever's getting to me, whenever I touch my eye, it's like, again, this person could see crystal clearly. And I've shuffled those cards now. What else? Fuck. I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. Right. So brace yourself, guys, because it's love child. You know what I mean? So, and, so remember, this can be past, present, future. And I don't like the wording on that, but we can't avoid that it's a man holding a wee baby in the air and then it's still on slow motion and it's on karmic time. So somebody obviously got trapped with a bairn. At some point. Getting readings. Twin flame in reverse. Again, I feel this is one of these scenarios. That can just be this can just be for one, it won't be for one person, but this is a scenario where somebody's got a family with someone else, or they've got somebody pregnant or something like that, and the karmic partner's trying to say that twin flames are shit. That's not your. Have you seen that documentary? Twin flames are really shit. Or it's like I'm your twin flame, but if twin flames in reverse. It's like um left you hanging, no closure, no contact left on red. Twin flames in reverse. So again, whatever it means to you, it's like on Father's Day. Oh yeah, Father's Day as well. Twin flames, you know what I mean? Twin flames in reverse came out twice. Running. Yeah, unfortunately, that's like someone has ran into something very quickly, and I'd say things have happened very quickly, and that's the karmic tie. But like I always say, we be respectful about this because where children are involved, children are. I always believe children are meant to come in however they come in, but obviously it can cause issues when it's with people where it goes sour. We all know this. Threatening, yes, exactly. Threatening, intimidating, threatened, and bothered. And I feel that's karmic energies where it's like, you can't keep somebody with things like that, especially if you've done it on purpose. Unbothered love message, because the masculines will still be pulled to the real feminine. So, obviously it inevitably delays the process quite a while, depending on the situations. But I think that's a limiting belief too. It doesn't need to. I feel a lot of people punish themselves because they feel like they have to. Um, Things happen. Love tri love triangle played out and ignoring. So this had to play out. Third party, multiple lovers choices. I did keep saying it could be more than, you know what I mean? Like, either way, I feel they're saying that these masculines that resonate with this, you turned your back on any kind of third parties and it all had to play out. But I'd imagine it's the backlash from, oh God, I want to tap out of this now. This is what I mean. Pisces always goes like this. So the fucking secrets. If they're there, it's going to go broadcast. Again, maybe that's having to shell out for children. Heartbreak. Left you hanging, no closure, contact on red. Fake flexing as well. I just saw hot and cold. Do we need much more for the hooked? Yeah, look. Karmic energies. Hooked. Energy vampires. Trap the divine. Look. Trap the divine masculine when they're in distorted energy. Divine masculine, we've also got fake flexing. Divine masculine in reverse. When the divine masculine was not the divine masculine, somebody tricked them. They could have even been saying it was your twin flame because it's in reverse. And they were talking shit. So again, sorry for laughing, but it's kind of funny how succinct it comes out. If you're a divine masculine, you can crystal clearly see that somebody was trying to claim that you were their twin flame or something. They were talking shit. And especially, you can't assume, don't assume we're a tales about it. It's like if somebody, yeah, if something kind of, definitely if something came about in a one night stand or something, but it's like, yeah, it's, Queen Rising in reverse. It's I thought, yeah, that's very specific. That's like somebody that's trying to be posed as a divine feminine, but they're not. Twin Flame in reverse twice, unless it was three times. Queen Rising in reverse. It's a karmic feminine. Parlous came out, however that's coming into it. No facts. Never has the shit. Make shit up. Lies. Again, weirdo energy. I told you it was going to come up. That's because it's the shadow side of Pisces. It's a copycat energy. It's somebody that wants to be a divine feminine that's not that wants to be a twin flame that's not they've found themselves a real twin flame divine masculine energy when they're in distorted energy and this it's not again this doesn't fit with all of it for everyone but a child has come about here and it feels more like this is specific it feels brief like it feels like it was like a brief encounter like a into you good chemistry great vibes positive and it's like it doesn't take away the feelings like look a happiness here. Interesting. You know what I mean? So that's no tapping in anymore. That's shitty energy. But that's like somebody that's like, thought they could trap somebody and then have the happy ever after, and it doesn't go like that. Gals, because guys, Um, but on that, it's a man silhouette and like a woman and a man. I always feel that like the potential of a union and a hater that's trying to stop it. But it is a male silhouette. So again, it can be like when I was picking up another one, males that have sabotaged men, is it however it fits? Wish, yeah. You're this person's wish fulfillment. but they were too busy winning in their ego. They're not now, it's in reverse. They've put some kind of controlling karmic energy, forcer, that says. Forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. Again, can you see how that would fit with if someone, look, girl fight is there too. That's arguments, physical fight at war, competing. That's somebody that's played really dirty. That's definitely somebody that's trapped somebody. Fuck. Fucking hell, they're talking here. I'm tapping the fuck out of these cards now. Reflecting, healing. Someone's reflecting and healing from a bad situation. Married. They could have been married, this person. Married in reverse. Somebody could have just got divorced from somebody like this. Or they're planning trap. Fuck. Guys, I'm putting these down. That's scary. I was saying it the whole way. It was a trap. I'm really sorry if that resonates and that's you, but that's all came out crystal clearly. Shit. Sorry, I've just remembered what was at the start. Someone can crystal clearly see the illusion. Ashamed, guilt, embarrassed, and in the wrong. And can you see how if someone was manipulating them? I miss you. I'm putting these down. Like I said, if that's you, book a personal session. Don't make it yours if it's not yours, but fuck, that's certainly going to make sense to someone. Right, so give us some happy. What's going to happen? What else is because we've already we know. So this could be divine masculines. They've been involved with someone else. There could be a child involved or more than one child. There could have been somebody's got a marriage behind them because it's marriage in reverse, which I take to be divorce or somebody's actively separating, however that fits. Karmic marriage is what we'd call that, or this is the way it'll go. Someone tried to trap somebody. I was saying it without the card. The card has come out. Um, but we've also seen commitment and engagement. So that feels like that is between the twin flames that resonate with this. So that's why I'm saying this feels like someone's divorced rather than. But for some, it might not reach that. But I can think of people where they've not reached that, but that's the way it'll go. So that's why it's not worth it to do these sneaky things that are Pisces 12th house, and that's why I'm picking up on it. Right. What have we got? This is a mixed bag that's also got proposal and marriage and well, it's got proposal in it. I don't know about marriage. Oh no, it has got marriage. Rekindle. An old flame returns. Fucking hell, an old flame's returning and if that's your exact story then the Pisces one's never boring, but an old flame returns. I'm done, guys. After a third party. After a fucking third party. You may be dealing with a karmic situation, but can you see in this the karmic situation that they're dealing with? It's not as easy as, right, you're a red flag, you're a psycho, I'm away, see you later. It's like something's happened here that they need to take responsibility for. But I still, again, you can still maintain it. You can get somebody pregnant, you fucking shack up and live with them and play happy families. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's the 21st century. Don't fucking leave them hanging either, because that's wrong. But it's like, you know, if a kid's growing up seeing that you fucking scared of the person or that, you know what I mean? That's really way more unhealthy. But yeah, yeah. Wow. The third party situation in this case, so it's not that they're still with someone anymore. It's that they've got to co-parent. Holiday. It's the one with the guy hiding behind the tree. I no wonder this bloke needs a holiday. Enjoy a change of scenery to spice up your love life. Sorry the way it came through. But yeah, again, I feel it's like this is like a group of masculines they want to get away, and yeah, this is your true love. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, this person's realised that you're their true love after quite a journey, and that journey isn't everyone's journey. So don't make it yours if it's not yours. It's more than likely to be the past, or it's again, unfortunately, if it's I don't know. I pray it's not any of your situations. But look what I mentioned: marriage. Wedding bells are ringing. I would pose to you that it was all part of your karmic path and it was on a soul level, these karmic energies, romantic and otherwise, knew you were destined. They knew it was your kingdom spouse. They knew this was a kingdom marriage. They knew it was of God. You didn't need to be brought up majorly religious. I wasn't at all. I just started channeling like this, and that's all I can say. And it's kind of like, and I know that it's real. I help you this all the time. It's just more of a calling. If that resonates with you, it resonates. And yeah, but other people, like I said, they knew they felt the energy. And that's where, like, that love is always stronger than this. It can cause many years of delay. It can cause very, delays of confusion. Oh, you know what I'm trying to say. See, that's part of it. I can't get the words out. It can cause a delay, but children grow up. People get tired of holding people back. Maybe even some karmic energies heal and they realize, hang on a minute, why am I trying to hold on to somebody so could like, and they might go and get therapy and be like, wait a minute, I'm doing this because I saw my mum do that, and I saw her be really toxic and Jezebelish and trying to control. Why am I wanting to be with somebody that doesn't want to be with me? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm whoever that's resonating with. It's kind of sad energy, but it's people do this. It's like that. I'm saying again. I'm going to do the example of Love Island again. They can make it. They can normalize it. You can see when the group normalizes it. Because I actually like tonight's one will be interesting because I could see it going into a bit of a bullyish pack mentality thing. Because I mean, and even like yeah, I can get pulled into it because it's like it does look like one of these new girls is just like she's really good looking, but it looks like know when you've had a go hen and he's picking the original one, like back off. Like I said, even and that's even this is just Love Island, but even when you're talking Twin Flame journey, even if you're like, I'm pretty sure this person actually really wants to be with me, but whatever reason they're like, well, fucking let them get on it, right? That's their problem. 11:11, yeah, it's divine time. It'll come together, you know what I mean? But it's equally, the karmic energies need to do that too. Like, you've played your part, it's time to back off now, and you could actually allow yourself to be happy. Because, like I say, we're all karmic in someone's life. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're always the bad guy in someone's story, even if you're the most angelic person going. And especially, I'm aware of that with me. Lots of people will describe me as an angel, and you've helped me with this, you've helped me with that. But there'll be loads of people saying different things because people will always find their different sorts of reasons and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, there's two sides to a story and then there's the truth. And sometimes you can get, things distorted and both you'll get and it's all, but you're always going to be and especially because a lot of people can get me wrong too, because I'm really confident in general with what I do on here and just confident within myself. Like, look, you don't need to like me. You can hate me for all I care, but I'm still going to be doing what I'm meant to do because it's what I'm meant to do. Nobody's fucking forcing you to listen to it. Why are you watching it? Fucking 3 hours deep. You know what I mean? Some people do. Anyway, moving on. And it's not a coincidence we're in the 12th house, which is hidden stuff. A lot of these different people will like maybe think that I don't know that. I do know that because I see the visions and I feel the energy and I can tell when there's like at some point someone's watched this on the replay, possibly even like. But I feel a lot of people wait for the replay because they feel like you know what I mean. But it's who knows? Who cares? Right. Right. We've already seen what's coming in the future. A marriage. A union, a marriage, but I do feel it's a marriage in this case. And the new earth energy. Oh, guys, I don't. I will. I'll come right. I'll pee. I'm gonna go and pee after this. I'm gonna come back for mediumship Monday, but I think I'll just it'll be like the shortest one ever. It's just because I want to do it, but I don't want to add it on to the end of this. Um, I've been putting up. Did I read that bit? Yeah, I read that bit. I pray that's not for me. I pray that's not for you too. Would you not know about it if it was? Sometimes there's scenarios where you wouldn't know. I see people do that all the time. I've been guilty of that myself in the past, and I can recognise that now after healing. What bit was that, Tibiano? If you can't remember, it's all right. Right. What's the new air frequency that now this? I love this deck because it was very expensive. I sound like that bit in Pretty Women. It's very expensive, but it was. But it's got divine masculine in it and divine feminine, and it's awakened masculine. It's got two. What's going to happen here? So again, this is these kingdom marriages, these divine unions, these twin flame unions, which are all the same thing. I have to stress that that is not a different thing to me. Um, they are coming together in the new air frequencies, but they can't be built upon the lives. They can't be built upon the crumbling, like the last title. Like they can't be built upon a world that's dying out when your souls were born to create the new. Your union is being built in these new frequencies. So you don't know what it looks like because it's not been done before. You're here to build it. Build this and he will come. Build this and they will come. Whether it's about your business or your, the way you help people or your union. Like you're meant to trust and have faith, but at the same time like that. And like I said, it's not everyone's journey because it's like, you've got that's the thing. That's why everybody has whether definitely if it's a tarot or oracle or whatever, it's like you've got to use your own personal responsibility. You know what I mean? Like I say, and although people say it like, oh, this was definitely mine, this was definitely mine, you've got to be really discerning about that. Not everyone is yours, especially if you watch everything I do. You've got to be really sort of, honest with yourself. Because I mean, think about it. You don't want everyone to be yours. Look at the fucking shite bits of this. People, people shouldn't want me claiming this. So it's like, but it will be some people's, and we do. I pray for those people, but I pray that you've already went through stuff like this, and you're healed from it, and you can. But I would still say it's your journey. If this is what you've went through, it is your journey, and you can handle it. There'll be other things that other twin flames go through that you couldn't handle. You can handle what you're given. You're only given more than what you can handle. You're never given more than what you can handle. You can push it to its limits, but so it's kind of like it doesn't always go this way. But if you've already went through some big shocking like, spanner in the works, maybe you've had your lot, you know. And I feel like a lot of people, it's like, it's more the masculine has to go through their own karma with the karmic situations, even ones that don't involve complicated ones like that. And it's just going to take a while to get out of things and get themselves into trouble all by themselves. Like, and it's like I work with some people where they've got stuff going on in their own life and it's got nothing to do with women. They're doing their own healing and it's like, definitely wouldn't be ready for the one or anything or even anyone. Um, and that's a good place to be too, when you can be mature enough to do that. That's nothing to do with age, that's maturity. Lemurian soul. Your Lemurian soul swims in the sea of oneness. You're the earth keepers that hold the light codes of unity. That's funny because I did say something like that in either this one or the one before about being a grid worker and because I am very Lemurian, that's why I sing all the time. And notice this is the one where we were talking about singing a lot. So you might have a lot of Lemurian guides around you if you do love singing like that. Also, the dolphins to me are about inner child healing. So there's a lot of inner childs going on. But again, you've got, you know what I mean? We're here to like, bring in this new frequency and it's not been done before if you really resonate with it. So again, but I feel the majority of this, if you're the divine feminine, in the quietness of the moment, you can hear your inner voice more clearly. Wow, see how it fits? The title, Divine Masculine crystal clearly sees the same vision, but there's oh my God, guys, guys, I've just realised the title. Well, that's even more crystal clearly now for some, isn't it? Divine Masculine crystal clearly sees the same vision now, but there's challenges with karmic energy. So for some people, this is about brand new children that have come about surprisingly, or and it's planned by one party but not both. And for some, it can be older children that it's like there's challenges and there's hold-ups with this, and for some it can be more than one, and for some it might not be children at all. It could be other karmic things, but yeah, that's interesting with the title. Digital Warrior. The voice of freedom comes in many forms. Your connection to the divine is your divine is your power card of light. So again, that's for those of us that are out there spreading the light in this way. And again, what did I say? It don't matter what kind of shit has got in your person's way. They've got the memories of the times you spent together, if you spent time together like that. Or if you haven't, they're fantasizing about it. But I think for everyone watching, you've had some sort of time with this person like that. Well, maybe not with a giant lotus flower in the middle, covering their bits, but he looks like Patrick Swayze, doesn't he? The ocean of love is unpredictable. Forgive yourself in every moment and open your heart to receive the gift of love. Resilience. When the world meets you with indifference, you set in motion a better way. Flourish. Conditions are perfect for growth and expansion in business or situations you're passionate about. Yeah. So again, it's like it's however that all fits for different people, but I feel there's things that I've tried to get in the way of these unions, and some of them are pretty heavy. And again, you do have my prayers if you're going through it currently or you've went through it, but I'll always stand by that. It's especially in the malicious things like that, if it's, because again, like I always have to say, it's common sense, but I always have to say this, you cannot, if your person or whatever's got it's not always that they're gonna, what I mean, shit just happens and it's an accident, both fucking people, but sometimes it is, sometimes people see somebody, they think, oh, they've got money, they're not attached, I'll just fucking lock them down, and you know what I'm saying, it happens, we all know that. Um, I see people do that, oh yeah, I read that bit, yeah. Being with people because of traits that your parents carry that you find in your partner. All right, yeah, absolutely, yeah. And that's why, you know what I mean? You need to really look at yourself and separate who you are from who your family are, and so that you don't do that. Because we all know when, like, people get in really abusive relationships because they've seen really abusive, that happens all the time, sadly. That's what happens and it ends with us. She swears she's not gonna get with a guy like that, and then she gets fucking love bombed and manipulated into it, and she fucking marries him, you know what I mean? And she's in too deep. And again, it doesn't, sorry to mention that film, but it's kind of a little bit too similar to what's come through here. Somebody has married, like, a karmic energy that has trapped them, and then maybe they realise that, like, this could be like ages later, fuck knows. Right, so why did I pick up these? Because I'm going to go and pee before I pee myself. TMI, but it's true. And then I'm going to come back very, very quickly and just shoot out a few cards. If any of you actually just want a card for free too, I'll do that too. And then I'm fucking off because I'm done. Drop the mic. I'm not even wearing the mic. Fuck me. Two of Cups. True Love in reverse. Hello, Twin Flame card that came out a couple of times in reverse. Somebody's coming out of a karmic union, a false union, a false marriage in some cases. That was not love. Possibly lust, more than likely. Someone that was after their money, Queen of Pentacles. But now that it's awakened them to true divine love. What else do we need to know? Again, this is what comes out in the 12th house and the Pisces ones. If there's anyone, and think about it, there's a lot of people, but if there's anyone connected to the channel right now, and you know what I mean, I'll pick up on it. And that's what I've picked up on, some kind of dirty secret. I always just pray that it's like if this is what's happened to somebody, that it's like this, it comes across them when they already, it's already known. But in some cases, that's not what I'm just God's, I'm not in control of that. You know what I mean? What? What's auto dubbing? Oh, generate translated audio tracks in different languages. All right. An email just came up. Said, right, what else do we need to know about this? 23, 23 justice, right? You know what I mean? So, oh my God, guys. What in the fuck? I was just about to say, I feel like the Dirty Dancing card is coming. But guess, look, there was a total injustice that kept divine lovers apart. And we saw what it was for a lot of people. But there's justice coming about for people that were kept apart. Doesn't need to be this exact story. An injustice could just be that somebody picked the wrong person. Um, and yeah, if the thing is, if you're living with someone, you're going out with them for a while, like that's just going to happen. A lot of people aren't capable, you know what I mean? They get pregnant, and it doesn't need to be that somebody's trapped, but that the card said that it was trapped, right? So that's, just sort of giving another perspective on it. But because they were in reverse, this is people that are meant to be together. And that's come through. We've seen all the cards about union, marriage. It's like, and that's what this person's crystal clearly woken up to, that they've got this vision that you've got. But look all the things that have got in the way. But there's going to be justice. But Two of Cups in reverse, Lovers in reverse. Somebody definitely went the wrong now the two cups is upright. That's what they're saying. Somebody definitely chose the karmic energy over a twin flame at one point. And for some people, it went, into real karmicville because then there's children involved, and then there'd be houses and money, and it got all tangled up. But now justice is coming about, and we've got the true love card and the lovers card, which feels more like a two cup in this. We've got true love, true love. There's no choice there. That guy's no turning his head at anyone. It's true love. That way, I mean, I want these because Pisces is like well, we all want this energy, but it's like Pisces is, again, because again, I'm aware of that. That when I channel the 12th house of Pisces, I always go on more about the shadow and the positive. But Pisces is unconditional love, forgiveness, which is what twin flames are all about. It's magical, it's mystical. The way it comes about is a bit of a mystery, and it's like that's what I'm saying. Like, if for people who went through some really rough stuff, it's because you're coming in for that shit. This is the unions coming in. Like, look, they're all about each other. They're all about each other. There's no choice to be made there. And if there is a decision, the person's choosing you. Hold the vision. Keep cutting at that. Right. Um, yes, I'm going to pee now because I don't know how I've just magically held it in that energy, and now I'm like, now I'm going to have to run. So, yeah, if you, oh look, Justice was just sitting there. If you want to come back in a minute, I'm just gonna, just for purely for the fact that I don't ever miss it, If I was really, really ill or something, I would, but I'll just, like, it might just be the quickest one ever, but I'll just trust that it'll be, you know, the message, it'll be the wee messages that people need. But if you don't, then whatever, catch up replay anyway if you can't watch it in a minute. But I'm just gonna quickly pee. But yes, thank you for joining me, and thank you because, like I said, I wasn't really looking forward to doing two back to back. Where possible, I won't be doing that, but it's worth it because it means I can just get like the days to myself to spend the time with my friend, and then the nights to myself, and then I can recharge my energy, and I can also make my hair a lot nicer than it is right now for Thursday. An Aries moon. And again, I think it's already time to fucking dye it again. I'm like, I'm sure. I used to always dye my hair in the Scorpio moons, and I think I kind of changed it to the Aries moon, so that would make sense. It's like, but it feels like I just done it. But anyway, right. So I'll see you if you're coming back. But thank you. And like I said, you know, Pisces moon right now, it is about feeling hopeless and helpless. So, um, that's the most important thing to take on here. Do you know what I mean? That like you can always do right by the things you've got yourself into, but it should never lock you in with somebody that was trying to trap you. And I just don't think enough people say that in this day and age, you know what I mean? But the problem is it's hard to prove these things too, but all I know is like, that's come out, so I can't end it on that, guys. That's too I can't end it on that. What else do we need to know here? I wonder if the prey card or something's gonna come out or the Holy Spirit. Twin flames in this too. Peace. Have peace within yourself. Release any worries to the angels. Right, that's kind of beautiful with what came through. Especially Brandy, when you're like, I pray that's not me. The thing is, right, worst case scenario, even if that was you, it's you he wants. So, you know what I mean? Like, sorry, it's like, and we just pray that any children that get involved, they get what they're needing. But it's just, that's what I'm saying. It's like absolutely pointless. Miracles. A prayer can bring miracles. I did kind of like what I said. I knew prayer or something like miracles. There's going to be miracles and peace that comes about. You just have to let go how that happens. And for some of you, it might be that all this drama's already unfolded, or it's just no years at all. And let's fucking hope not for most people. It's destiny. It's destiny, guys. Destined unions. We all have a destiny and path to follow. It's time to move forward. And some people's destiny involves very complicated situations like that. But I always believe if you get yourself into something like that, and then you see through it, it's like, you're meant for bigger things. It's time to leap out the darkness and into the light filled with positivity, yeah. Some people do get piled shit heap upon shit heap, but most of the time it gets, justice card, it gets balanced out. And with the people that do really fucked up shit, well, we pray for them too, because that comes back, well, bang, yeah, trust. Trust your feelings and listen to the voice within. Right, I'm going to pee myself. Right, I'll be back in a minute. These are really the kind I can't stand, by the way, but